The industry perspective is a space for those in the industry to speak freely about their experiences without fear of retaliation or a negative review. The views and opinions shared here are solely that of the individual and do not reflect the establishments in which they work. With that said, if you feel offended by these jokes, fuck it. We weren't expecting to get tipped by you anyway.
Hell yeah,
this is gonna hurt so bad.
Clink, 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 clink. Top.
I spilled on myself. Great way to start off.
Gee whiz. Title of your next film.
I spilled on myself.
Welcome
I don't know
back,
if anyone
everyone.
wants to watch that one, but
There's a big niche for that.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the podcast. We pull back the curtain, give you some insight what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite bar and restaurant. We like to call that the industry perspective.
Yeah.
Who's gonna say Rob's part?
Well, what's up, motherfuckers?
oh, hi.
Hi.
That's mine, I guess.
You got one yet?
I'd like one chili Relano and 2 quesadillas, please.
I think that should just be your thing.
I
Just come up with
literally-
the whitest thing you could say.
That's
Yeah.
what I've been
So,
workshopping. All the whitest, corniest shit I can think of.
I love it. I fucking love
That's
it.
why I
It's
should-
amazing.
I feel like I need to.
Australian. Yeah, absolutely.
I need to come up with something way better than hi, but for now, hi everybody.
Hi.
It'll work.
For now,
Simple, effective.
it'll do, donkey. It'll do.
It's a tried and true.
How's everybody been?
Good. Great weekend. Halloween.
Halloween.
It was wild.
It was crazy.
Definitely was.
Saw some good costumes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I saw some good ones. Saw a lot of uncreative ones too.
If I see another Ken
So many
Yeah.
cans.
ever again,
So many Kens.
Yeah.
But
they were all the same, Ken?
they were all the same Ken.
See, that's the problem.
It was either one or the other. It was either they're wearing the black with the fringe on it, the like cowboy one, or they're wearing the big fur coat with the
fur coat,
bandana.
yeah, with the bandana.
Why not
or
just
the
be your own Ken?
jean jacket one?
I guess
But
that wasn't
ex-
enough.
It wasn't enough.
That was expected though with the movie coming out. So
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I remember when everyone was a Joker and Harley Quinn one year.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of happened.
I
But
understand. I just kind of like the idea that with something with the source material having so many different versions, you could just do your own.
Yeah.
I like the imagination of just doing your own thing.
a lot of people could have just done something like, "Oh yeah, I'm Ken," and it's fucking something obscure and abstract that wasn't in the movie.
But that's like the point of the Barbie movie. Like you are yourself. Like Barbie is anyone. Like anyone can be Barbie.
Yeah.
Like anyone can be Ken.
But
So
nobody
you can
wanted
literally
to do
just
the
dress up as yourself and be like, I'm Ken.
There you go.
The best cop out of Halloween.
And you really are
They're like,
Knuff.
are you in costume? Yes, I'm Knuff.
Then
Actually.
you really are Knuff at that point. Yeah. Something like that kind of reminds me of like one of the first topics I wanted to talk about is the term autopilot within service industry. I know for me, and I can also say I feel like this when Rob is talking about being on production, how he likes to just tune everything out and be on autopilot.
Yeah.
I kind of want to ask everybody else, how do you feel? Like, do you have your own version? What does that look like for you?
Like when you're working?
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just knowing where all of your bottles and shit are, and then the recipes and stuff, and it's that's been my autopilot. It's like I know where this is at, so I don't have to think about what I'm grabbing. I may just glance over for like the next thing I'm gonna grab, but everything's in the right place. I know where I'm gonna grab, so everything is gonna come out the way it should, unless somebody misplace things. That's like one of my pet peeves, but not something that I get too crazy about at work, because everybody kind of sets up their own way, and it's never too much to just rearrange it. But yeah, that's kind of my autopilot, is just hearing the words, orders, and knowing exactly what I'm getting, grabbing, and doing as fast, as quick as possible.
I miss like having like being on the well. Like that was my favorite. Whenever I was behind the bar, being on the well is the best because you can truly go into autopilot because it's really just a chit machine and you're just pulling tickets, putting them down, and you're gone.
Ron
You're
Burgundy.
going. You're just if anyone talks to you, you just kind of look at them and you're like,
Yeah.
You get to do the one thing we want to do as bartenders all the time and just tell people off. Like if you're on the
Yes.
service well and they come,
Yeah.
it's like, hi, can I get this?
No.
No, service well, go down there.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I just say no.
and you don't feel bad about it.
And sometimes I just don't look up. They'll be like, "Can you hear me?" And I'm like, and then I look at the tickets that are in front of me, and I just look down. and then I go back to whatever I was doing.
Yeah, my favorite is when you have a coworker who will vouch for you when that happens.
Oh, absolutely.
When someone says like, "Oh, they're ignoring me," and you hear a coworker say, "No, they're on production or they're just doing tickets."
Yeah, they are on the
It's my
service
job
well.
to take care of
Yeah.
you. So
There
you
it
wait
is.
until I can get to you.
Yeah.
Don't interrupt what they're doing because they're taking care of
Everyone else that's sitting down. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do that at my restaurant currently because like our bar, the way that it's set up, the well doesn't face away. It faces the guests. So like they physically feel like you're just ignoring them. So I remember there's like a few instances where they've been like, "Hello, excuse me, yada yada," and I'm like, "I'm so sorry." They're making drinks for the entire restaurant. I will suggest going to the middle of the bar. That's where the two bartenders can help you out. You know, like I try to be as nice as possible, but it probably doesn't come out that nice.
Or just read the fucking room and see that, they got all these little tiny sheets of paper in front of them and they're shaking 4 cocktails, one in one hand and another one between the crevices of the elbow. It's like going like this, but also somehow stirring shit. I mean, maybe use your fucking eyes.
Also, they haven't looked at you in the past like 10 minutes.
Yeah. If
they haven't looked at you, just move on.
Yeah.
Move on.
We're not allowed to ignore guests. So if we're not looking at you, it's because that's not our job at this moment. We're not trying to make you feel bad. It's not a power move. It's literally, this is my job for today.
Yep.
So please just let me do my job.
Yeah.
I understand that you've been waiting for 20 minutes in your own mind and it's been more like 2. That's fine.
Yep.
Someone will get to you. But if you slow me down, then it slows everybody else down. Then it slows them down because then I got to ask them to help me do a ticket, which was my job.
Yeah. I feel like timing in the restaurant also is just, I feel like when people walk into restaurants, time speeds up or slows down depending on which Karen they're trying to be. Sorry about all the Karens, but easiest one to use. Depending on which one you want to be, you literally like people will be like, "I've been waiting for 20 minutes." I'm like, ma'am,
Yeah.
it's been 2.
My other bartender just went on his 5 minutes ago. It has not been 20 minutes because he's still out there.
Because he's still gone.
And I know how long he's been
Exactly.
gone.
I'm like, I know.
Wait for this motherfucker to come back.
I need his hands.
Come back.
Guests love to do that shit though. Exaggerate how long they've been waiting.
Yeah.
Guests love to just be like, I've been sitting here for 20 minutes and nobody's came around. Like you
I'm
were
sure.
just sat, and I know that because we served you your water.
We have been waiting forever.
Yeah.
And then you go, "What can I get for you?" What's good here?
If you
fucking knuckle sandwich, bitch. Make a decision.
Where's the menu?
Where's the menu?
You had all this time, even if it's just a digital menu. If I'm at a restaurant,
I want to know where the menu is.
At a place that literally is designed to make it as easy for you as possible, and you're sitting there, and there's a little QR code. That's the one place I'm gonna scan one. I'm not gonna scan one like walking down the street. If I go into a restaurant and there's a QR code, I'm scanning that.
There's my
motherfucker.
food and drink.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter how it's displayed. You see a QR code.
Do it.
Trust me, it's there for a reason.
Also, if you sat down and there's no menu in front of you, depending on where you're at, are you sure you're supposed to be sitting down? Was there a host?
If
You know,
no
in the
one looked
beginning-
you
Did
in the
you skip the line?
Was there a host for that table? I don't know. Crazy.
eye, like, did anyone look you in the eye when you got your menu?
Did you stroll your ass right past that "please wait to be seated" sign?
I'm sure we've all seen that before. People just go and
yeah.
sit down, and then you can overhear or see them complaining that nobody serviced them. It's like, hey, you weren't supposed to fucking be there.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
And
Fuck outta here.
that's the guest autopilot, which they need to turn off.
Yeah, they need to turn off.
You need to turn off your autopilot.
Yeah.
Like for us,
Ooh.
it gets us through the shift. I was
Saucy industry perspective.
but for us, autopilot helps us get through our shift the same way that you would at your job. So you don't need to come into a restaurant or a bar or wherever. No matter where you're going, you should not be on autopilot if you don't work there.
Yep.
So don't just go sit at a table and think that it's okay if you haven't talked to anyone. Talk to someone first. It's literally what we're there for, you know? At my job, I don't see that happen as much. I know you were saying that we've all seen it. How often does it happen at your place?
And it doesn't happen that often because of how intense our seating is. Like you walk into the restaurant and the whole front area is like the host team. So you can't really just like blow past and just go. You literally have to you have to stop and talk to them. So like people don't usually sit down without, and you'll know because our menus are this big. Like there's no way you like just sat down and you're like don't have any menus. Like that's like really unheard of. You know what I mean? Just because we have a specific way of seating and like, you know, like it's a whole thing. Like it cannot happen. It doesn't happen. Not in my current place. It just doesn't happen. Like we're on like a 45-minute wait. It cannot happen.
And it's a real 45-minute.
Oh, it's like a real 45-minute wait.
It's not a fake one. We didn't just pump up the numbers to do whatever.
No, it's like we're completely packed.
Some places fucking do that. And
some places do.
Yeah, and then you get like a text in 10 minutes that your table's ready. I was like, we just went to another spot to grab a drink.
Man.
That's the worst. But it like doesn't have. If it depends on what city you're in though. Like if you're out here and they're like, oh, okay, come back in like 30 minutes. Don't leave.
Yeah.
If you're here in downtown, just stay there. Go to the bar, whatever, because the table will be ready like very shortly. But if you're in like West Hollywood or something like that, and they say it's going to be 35 minutes, just go get a drink somewhere.
Yeah, because it's probably going to be closer to an hour.
It's going to be a minute.
At that point, don't just read the room, read the neighborhood.
Read the neighborhood. I'm like, is there a bar
Y'all got a lot of reading to do.
Yes.
You know, because I mean, like you said, downtown where I work, people will hear a certain time and there'll be a restaurant across the street or in the area, and then they'll come in and they'll order from me, and they've paid and they've gotten a drink in front of them, and they take one sip and they get a message. Oh, hey, your table's ready. And they're like, they told us an hour and we've only been here for 5 minutes.
Hey, man, I just say take the table when you can get it. Yeah. Because if you are willing to if you want to wait that hour, that's on you. But chug that drink and leave.
Yep.
You've already paid the bill. Just chug it and go.
Absolutely. But just to kind of close out what we were talking about as far as with autopilot, well, not even close out. This is actually another way I kind of want to approach it. So I say, like, when it comes to work, and I've also said when it comes to with guests, how many of you have dealt with going into autopilot when you get off of work?
Oh, all the time.
What does it like mean for you? So I know how to answer this.
So for me, autopilot, which also different as being a supplier now, but when I used to be behind the bar, my autopilot was like, okay, I get out this time. My feet take me into the direction to my go-to bar. I sit down. They already know what I want. Throw it back, start drinking my beer, and then I go right to scrolling. It's like, that's my autopilot. I'm like, I need to decompress. I know exactly where I'm going. The beer and the shot are ready there when I go walk in, and then boom, that's what it is.
Okay.
And it's like, if I'm out at 11, I go to this place. If I'm out at 2, oh boy, I unfortunately know where to go there too.
I know. Yeah.
And that autopilot can be dangerous.
Yeah, mine will end up with me getting home at 7 a.m.
Right? Yep, that's how it evolves.
Or on our couch.
Or on your couch. Depending if the door's open or not. You guys don't know where he lives. It's fine.
Autopilot.
It's okay, you can't get in. I know the security guard. You don't.
Yeah, exactly. He always asks me which floor I'm going to, and he knows my face by now. But I think he's just fucking with me, but that's just me.
Oh, he's definitely messing with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I told him he had a great chocolate suit today, and he was like, that's what I thought when I woke up today. I want a little spot of chocolate on my suit. And I'm like, you're fucking with me. All right. You have a nice night, sir. Thank you for letting me up.
I was here like twice, and then after that, he just starts letting me in. I'm like, all right.
He's got a good memory.
He sees you walking up. He hops up.
He hops up and he opens it, and he like.
You see the rolly chair fall over and like go sliding across the lobby.
And then he like goes and opens the elevator and stuff like that. I'm like, all right, sure.
Yeah. Thanks, documents he wasn't even working on go up in the air.
I'm like, I don't know your name. Thank you.
So as a supplier, when you walk into bars, and like, I never get mad at it because I understand it, but when you walk into a spot and then as soon as they know your industry and like a supplier, they're like, oh, cool. Hey, yeah, the X, Y, and Z. And then like, you'll put in like a beer or something with them. And like, you're waiting. And that's when the 20 to 30 actually becomes 20 to 30 minute wait times. Cause like it's their autopilot in their head. Like, oh, he's industry. He's a rep. He can wait. He's fine. Customers. And which sometimes I'm like, well, I need the information to speak to your higher up. I need to go, and I'm also still paying you money, and I'm going to tip better than most everybody in here. So it's like that tough, hard to do of like, yeah, I get it, because You know, I am patient and I won't get pissed at you like the 2-minute waiter thinking that they've been dying for 2 hours. But also I'm like, hey man, I got shit to do. I got more accounts to hit. Like, come on, man. But yeah, that's the autopilot from the other side. Yeah, which I guess every bar I go into, I am on autopilot because every bar is my job nowadays.
There you go. Never
What about yours?
I don't really have one. I mean, it all just depends because where I work at, there's a taco place near me. So cash tips were good. I'll go and grab some tacos and eat them, and then put on my music and do it on my way home. Usually for my after work thing, I think of it more as like during closing time, like kicking everybody out and then putting on the music, in the rhythm of closing and doing what I need to do and kind of going on autopilot. It's like, all right, this is done. Once I get to like the counting the money and doing the tips for cash tips for everybody, it's like, all right, that's when I know I'm getting out. Do I want to go get tacos? Do I want to just go home? Really just depends.
Yeah.
So that's my autopilot.
How about for you?
Mine's literally yours. I get off. I have the bar that I go to. I go there. The bar closes. Then I'm like, ooh, are we going out more? And then if we are, then I end up back in downtown until like 7. And then, till 5:30. And then that one closes. And then if I keep going, it goes to another after hours.
Jesus.
And then we stay there until like 9.
At a certain point, that's not
10.
after hours. That's normal business hours.
And then if that
now
ends,
part of the opening shift.
yeah, if that ends and we're like, I'm not working that day or whatever. If I'm not working that day, that's usually why I will do this. But if I am working, I'll go home after the first after hours. But if I end up doing that, then we'll go to brunch, and then it's boozy brunch, and then I'll get home at like 2 p.m. and then I'll sleep. Like 14
Man,
hours.
that roll it's like a fucking tsunami. I like the way you roll, Kia. I got to experience this firsthand. Like, I need David Attenborough on this. Like, we need to like chronicle the legends of Kia as soon as she's done with work.
I feel like that would be a great documentary.
I'm exhausted and my liver hurts just from hearing that.
Oh, don't worry. Kia's liver is also hurting currently, especially after Halloween weekend.
Yeah, it's just listening to that hurts.
You can imagine I didn't even do anything on Halloween night. I stayed in my bed.
I'm surprised.
That's surprising.
Yeah.
I was supposed to paint myself green and go as Elphaba from Wicked, but
That's a lot of work.
I could not even muster opening the package for the green makeup. Like, I thought about it and I just was exhausted.
When you're having Halloween levels Saturday, Sunday, and then they're still going to do shit on actual Halloween.
Yeah.
Those reserves, even those guys in Boys Town, they are still pretty spent by the time Halloween rolls around.
I did Friday, Saturday, Sunday all day in bed, Monday, and then Tuesday in bed.
Sounds like a great time. I had to work yesterday and today, so
It was
fun for me. Yeah, it was cute to see all the little kids trying to trick or treat throughout my apartment complex, and then some of the little bars and restaurants. I was like, oh, they're still trying to do it, even though there's homeless people trying to stab them every turn. Aww. Look at you, you great parents. I hope you have a taser or a gun on you.
And homeless people are going to steal their candy from them.
Imagine, I would fight someone for my child. I would literally be like,
yeah.
What are you doing? Give me the candy back. Yeah, that would be rough.
Make sure you check that Snickers bar that weird man on the corner gave you.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. Oh, my God.
It's not Snickers. He just repackaged some.
Oh, no.
Oh, dear God.
Oh, dear God.
I didn't go that far.
That's not peanuts. That's corn.
Oh, no. Peanut.
Gross.
Oh,
hey, this isn't a payday.
We already had our episode where we talked about shit for 20 minutes. We don't need another one.
Let's not do that again.
Yeah, please don't. I wasn't here for that one, and I'm good.
Out of curiosity, have you guys ever been to WeHo during Halloween?
Absolutely.
Yes.
I've heard it's crazy.
It's nuts.
It is batshit crazy. They close off all of Santa Monica Boulevard from La Cienega to Doheny. There's a huge parade.
They also close it off from Highland all the way over down past to what is it? Like San Vicente? No, not even San Vicente. Past that, like, oh yeah, is it Doheny?
Yeah, it's Doheny. Yeah,
But it's
La Cienega to
Doheny.
Doheny.
It's not La Cienega. It's past that.
Oh well, that's what the sign said this year.
Yeah. Oh, was it this year? They probably shortened it.
Yeah, no, it was straight up like almost to La Brea.
Yeah, it's
like
crazy.
Back in 2018. Yeah,
I remember like we tried to get an Uber to drop us off.
Nope.
We got dropped off by like Delilah, and then had to walk all the way
to like Mickey's, Rocco's,
Mickey's and Rocco's and all that. Which, mind you, is not the shortest of walk, especially when
not
you're
at
in like
all.
a costume.
Yeah,
but it was so much fun. Like,
oh yeah,
so
it was.
much fun.
I didn't like the $25 covers at every bar, but
it sucks being a man, huh?
So it's like,
isn't that crazy? I know we've already talked about this one, but in past episodes,
every once in a while, it sucks to be a man.
so like
on Halloween night in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
they just close off the streets, and then every bar, it's not like a.
So the bars are all open.
Right.
There's usually a mad cover
closed.
charge for every bar to get in.
Yep.
But there's like just like people like in the street, so like you can kind of just
Chill.
run around if you wanted to.
Have your shit in your pocket.
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
They don't really check you that crazy. Over
Can't
there.
Not at
imagine
all.
There's that many people.
They just make sure that your prop weapons aren't real weapons.
Yes,
yeah.
that's really it. But it's literally insane. Like,
They've got those sausage carts all up and down.
All up and down.
Now there's like extra food trucks they let in.
Yeah.
Sometimes they have like tents with people selling shirts or some shit,
Yeah.
like off to like the quieter side.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just a bunch of men in leather and chains
Yes.
and
Yes.
just extremely
Accurate.
drunk and running all up in your business.
Now the
Accurate.
sausage
Yup.
carts, the sausage carts in WeHo, are we talking about
They're
like?
like the ones from downtown.
Like the ones next to the Hollywood Bowl.
No, that's not where I was going with the joke.
Oh, I know where you were going with the joke. I was just cutting that shit off.
Wait, I don't get it.
Sausage
Sausages
carts
as
in
dicks,
WeHo.
West Hollywood.
West Hollywood.
There it is.
That was too on the nose. I'm
You need a self-dings,
I'm
man.
retracting that ding. Edit out. I'm just kidding. That ding does not count because it was not. No, you do not get a ding for that.
Whatever. I'm still gonna ding it. I don't care. I thought it was funny.
We
Being
just know he's
retracted.
thinking about those girthy sausages this whole time. That's why I wanted to ask the question.
Bacon wrapped.
Ow!
Sizzle, baby.
Yeah, I don't want that to sizzle.
Is your mic good over there?
I was looking at the wrong one.
Whose mic were you looking at?
I was looking at his. I was like, why is it so high? Even when he's not talking, it's so high. It was throwing me off.
I was gonna
I'm
say
sorry,
you were
man.
fidgeting with that for
Yo, I was because I was looking at the wrong one. That's
Love.
literally all it was. Because we have so many that have similar names. I was like, which one is 2? Which one's 3? Which one's 4? This and that. And then he'd be talking. I was like, he shouldn't be that high. So it's because I was that
Are we
high.
good now?
It's because I was that high.
I shouldn't have been that high.
Absolutely. Sorry, guys.
Keep going. Go ahead.
So, one of you had mentioned like how things are different in like different cities and shit, and like how service can be different.
Absolutely.
I don't know if you guys are aware or know who Keith Lee is. No, former UFC fighter, now a foodie and does food reviews on different restaurants, mostly in Vegas, but now he's on a food tour with his family, so he's going to different states.
Oh my God, yes. The black guy on
yeah,
TikTok.
yeah.
Yes.
And he gives like very honest, like very personal reviews, and he always says like, "This is my take on it. It's not a reflection of the business, whatever. This is just my personal experience. This is what I think." And a lot of these places really, once he does a review for them and he gives them like, "Oh, I give this place like a 7.2 out of 10 or whatever," their business just booms.
Pops off. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and he's very, very humble guy, really cool. And he even says, he's like, "I'm just a person. I don't want special treatment, this and that." And he's like, "I'm just fortunate that I get to do this and then also help people along the way too." Because people will reach out to him like, "Hey, we have
Come to
this
my
thing and
restaurant.
can you come check us out? Give us a review." Like, "Yeah, I'll give you and he gives them an honest review. He said every piece that he gets, breaks it down, what he likes, doesn't like, and always says, "This is just my personal preference."
But he does it in such a cool way.
He does it in a very sincere, humble
Yeah.
way. And recently he went to Atlanta. And it's on Twitter, people have been talking about how like all these Atlanta restaurants have fumbled the bag on him because they have all these rules and policies or whatever, this and that. And I'm seeing, and I see both sides of it. So I'm going to read through some of this, and then I want us each to kind of have like time to break down and say what we got to say about it.
Ooh, I'm
there's
so
this-
intrigued.
Yeah. Because some of this stuff I understand. Some of it sounds a little crazy, but it's also just based on the environment, the location. I could see both sides of it, right? So there's this place called The Real Milk and Honey. And this is, of course, in Atlanta. This is a place that he visited, and I'll find the video to show you guys. But their house rules are, right? We guarantee great food. Everything else is left to chance. We try our hardest, though. We really do. We do not provide individual checks. However, we will allow up to 3 forms of payment. 18% gratuity added to parties of 5 or more, or checks larger than $75. No modifications to any of the menu items. If you have a food allergy, please choose another item without this allergen. Number 5, be nice. Number 6, no reservations unless you're Barack Obama. Hey, there's exceptions to every rule in parentheses. Number 7, no table hibernation. 90 minutes max, otherwise others have to eat too. If we prepare your selected item to our menu specifications, we will not remove the item from your bill. Our entrees are not samples. Thanks. No parties larger than 4 are in days that end in Y. We're a small place, and when we get busy, large groups are hard to accommodate. We do not push tables together. Number 10, we have no waiting area inside. Keep in mind if on the wait list you can receive a text when your table is ready. Naps in your car are fine. Remember, this is supposed to be fun.
That shit did not make me feel like I was going to have fun.
Okay.
And somebody retweeted this saying, and this is why so many black businesses fail. I hate to say it, but it's true. Why open a service-based business and not want to participate in the actual customer service? The allergy rule is really alarming. So I want to start it off real quick and say that, yes, why would you want to be in a service-based business if you're not going to provide service? I get that part. Cool. But I also feel like, shooting them some bail and say that their rules are probably a reflection of their environment and the customer base. And they're just like, hey, we've had enough of this. So these are our rules, because you guys may have run amok with us. Or maybe they're just how they open the business right out the gates. I mean, some of these things I can understand, I don't agree with. The first one, we guarantee great food, everything is left to chance. That's bullshit. You should be giving great customer service every single fucking time. I don't care. I don't fucking care. I may talk my shit the way I do, but at the end of the day, every person should still get great service. This whole left to chance thing, that's absolute utter bullshit. That's setting yourself up for failure. That's a big red flag for a business. I can understand the individual checks thing. I mean, it's a pain in the ass. The 18% gratuity, some people don't tip. I kind of get that. The modifications to any menu items, that one, I feel like it's a gray area. If some place does like a lot of shellfish and they just can't accommodate somebody who has a shellfish allergy, I can get that. It's like, oh, we just can't do it because either our fryers share the same as the chicken or the cutting boards.
Yeah, I can say it's hard to do that because like it still shares the same like work area. Yeah. Like the whole peanuts thing. If you're making a regular dish, like they can't have anything in that restaurant.
I would just stay away from Thai restaurants.
Right. Or just go somewhere else that can accommodate. The one about no reservations, that's one thing Keith Lee was talking about, saying that he looked up, I don't know if it's this place in particular, but it was one saying that he looked them up to try to call in. They didn't do no takeout orders on weekends. They didn't take reservations. They would do Grubhub, but when he looked them up on Grubhub, it said they were closed. So he had to send his family in there, and they couldn't get the food to take out.
So wait, actually, I'll chime in there because I watched the video too. Mm-hmm. So basically, what he said was, yes, they don't do reservations, but the real reason that they had an issue is their hours were not correct. Their hours online to order Grubhub ended at, it said 5, but it was 4, and he couldn't do it. And so he tried to call in an order. They said, we don't do call-in orders. Mind you, it's 4 o'clock. So his girl goes in because he never goes into places himself because people recognize him. So he had his girl and his girl's mom go into the restaurant to try and get food. And they were like, no, sorry, we're not doing any takeouts. And so, and they're like, we don't have any more tables. We close in like 30 minutes. And so, like, that was where his video started. And that's how it, like, became, like, this whole thing. Because he's like, I wanted to review this place, but I literally couldn't get any food because they said that they close at 4, but online they say they close at 5. And then everyone is like, It was like a whole mumbo jumbo thingy like going on, which then again, people in Atlanta started coming up and like being like, yo, this is like normal for Atlanta. And everyone's like, what the hell? Like, that's normal for you guys? And they're like, yes, this is how it is to live here. Like, the restaurants have like this weird power that like, I'm like, do you guys like want me to buy the food or not?
Do you want my fucking business or
like,
not?
Do you want me to buy it?
Shut up and take my money. Like,
no, they want you to go through all these hoops to fucking
hoops and ladders.
give them
it's
your money
really,
and
really
shit.
Weird, but yeah, what your race? Keep going.
Yeah, and the thing for no reservations, again, I guess it just depends on the place. If it's too small, whatever. I don't know, man. I feel like what these rules are telling me is like, we just want your money. Shut the fuck up about everything else. Just shut up. You're getting your food. Be happy. That's what this is telling me here.
Keith didn't get his food.
No table hibernation.
don't be like Keith.
Some people like to stick around and bullshit, not order anything. I can kind of get that. No
Hey
table
man, you
hibernation.
cannot stay at my restaurant more than 2 hours. 2 hours, you are up, baby.
Yeah, at that
Unless you're
point.
constantly giving me cash flow.
No, not even. We
Oh,
have
for
2
me it
hour
does.
max. Bye. Unless you're buying a $32,000 bottle of Petrus, you can sit.
And this one right here,
That buys time.
This one right here contradicts one of the other ones. No parties larger than 4 on days that end in Y. We're a small place. Yet your third rule was 18% gratuity added to parties of 5 or more.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, is it
how
every
are
day
you-
end in Y? Am I stupid?
Call up Elmo because no, that's the joke.
That's the joke.
Okay,
yeah.
I was like, am I stupid?
Yeah. I mean, that's so contradicting. So what
One
the
of
fuck?
these things
So
is
they
not
don't
like the
add
other.
gratuity because
They
they
do not.
don't take large parties.
They don't. No,
But if the check is
fucking-
over $75, they'll add the gratuity then as well. Which $75
Is that what it
that's
said
like
on there?
an
That
entree.
your
yeah,
check is
checks
over
larger
75?
than 75. I can understand autogradding.
Autograd
I
needs to
can
happen
understand
because-
that. And then no waiting area. Take a nap inside your car.
That's just a weird thing to
It's
say to
just a
somebody.
weird, but it's like
Yeah,
they're
take a
trying
nap
to
in your car.
they're trying to add this quirkiness. It's like, remember, this is supposed to be fun. It's like, don't try to be my best friend and my manager at the same time. Don't do
Our
that
other
shit.
9 rules were absolutely shitty, but we're gonna try to
Yeah.
laugh it off.
Yeah, it's like, no, you can't be my friend and my manager at the same time. Don't do
Fuck
that
you
shit.
with
I
a
hate that
smile.
manager. I hate that fucking manager. But that's pretty much like, I can kind of see certain things I feel a little outlandish, and like how you said, a lot of people in the comments were rallying saying, yeah, that's just how it is in Atlanta. And I think that's absolutely fucking disgusting. However, I've never been to these restaurants. I don't know what the environment is like, but to me, it seems like these places are creating these rules based off of how that environment and that, I guess, the service industry is out there. So they're just a product of their environment.
That's true.
I'm trying to be understanding, but some of the shit's like, you're also service industry. Provide a service.
Yeah.
You know,
But
give
also
good
people
customer
are being
service.
shitty.
People are being shitty too, so that's why I
That's why
kind
they
of see
made
it.
their-
I kind of see it. I kind of understand it. But I'll open the floor now. I wanted to get that off. And
Well, the first thing I wanted to say about that, like I even though some of those rules are insane, my rule of thumb is like, you know, when you walk into a place and you're like don't stick your fingers inside the washing machine blades or something like that, and you're like, nah, well, that's dumb and already heard of course I'm not going to do that. But those signs exist because some stupid fucker has done it once and they had to put up a sign. So a lot of those rules probably exist on the crazier side.
Head first.
It's 3 foot no diving zone with someone with a broken neck on the picture, and it's like, why can't I dive? But yeah, a lot of those rules exist for the reason. No reservations. I don't like having reservations be required at some places because then it kind of limits the clientele. Because like not everybody has the time to stay up like 7 days in advance or 2 weeks in advance if somewhere's always booked out and they don't accept walk-ins. Like everybody deserves to experience that. Like I shouldn't be limited because I can't stay up till midnight to book this extreme thing or be rich enough that I just buy a reservation basically. So
Okay, but does everyone deserve to go there?
but this
Does
place,
everyone?
yes,
this place also says
they do.
Oh no! Oh no!
like you don't have reservations. You don't take reservations, but you also don't have a waiting area. You want people to nap in their cars.
Yeah, exactly.
You have a big parking
lot. This whole establishment sounds like one big old clusterfuck. So,
Their food looks good online when I saw it.
I mean, not if they're telling me to take a nap in my car.
That was excessive, and I
was
really
weird.
hated that.
Yeah.
That was the one rule that was on there that I was like, that's so rude.
Extremely rude. It's not like that place where they actually are paid to be dicks to you. It's like the whole gimmick.
No. Oh wait, the one where they write the things on the hats for you in Vegas and whatnot.
Yeah.
It seems here. I'm also looking in the comments more that for their food allergy stuff, they don't even have a breakdown of their allergens in their food. So
just don't eat there if you have anything.
That's
this place sounds fucking
to happen.
terrible. This place sounds terrible, and I want to understand, but it's just they're really making it hard for me to sympathize with why they're making these rules. Like I'm trying to be a team player and understand, but it's like you guys. I don't know, man. It's upsetting.
What do you have to say?
I'm glad you brought this up while I was on the panel, because I'm totally on their side. Yeah.
On the restaurant
I'm
side?
completely against everything you guys have said. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wait, but
that's because I've been to those style of places and noticed, especially in the social media world, once one influencer goes to a place and posts it, it fucking skyrockets. But they still only have 3 people who are there. You actually said it very well. You said, I haven't been here. I don't know the clientele. I don't know what they're going through. And then you came on. Hey, we also these rules were made for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
So even though, some of it is trying to be said tongue in cheek or whatever, I've seen what a lot of those restaurants end up having to go through. They were built with a mom, a dad, and one of their kids, and that's the only people who work there. And then they make their food really good, but they can only make it one way, especially when there's only 3 people working there. Like, after a while, you get tired of having to say the same thing over and over and over and over. But these people actually own this business and can say, if you don't like the way that we run this business, we don't want you here, because we're already being worked harder than we anticipated because someone blew us up because we did a good job. But the problem is when you do a good job, like you said, so all 3 of you had it so perfectly on certain points where I'm thinking about the business, because like you said, does everyone deserve our food? No.
I don't think everyone deserves to go to everything.
Right. So to me, if I read their menu and I see something on it that I like and whatever, and I want to go try it, I'm going to go try it. And if I don't like it, then I won't go back. Or if I don't like the rules, then I'll never fucking go in. If I feel like they're being rude, I don't want to go there. That's fine. Tell me you don't want me there. I can figure out I don't want to be there. But at the same time, I also grew up in the South, and you're talking about the after church crowd every fucking day.
Oh my God.
Every fucking day.
18%. Everyone.
Because this is Bible Belt.
Yeah.
They go to church every day. Yeah. So every day is Sunday. So if I lived in that place, I would. Of course, the restaurants would have more power because they're tired of getting run through the ground by people who come in and act like, because I'm here, because you're getting my money, you owe me something. No, I started this business because I had a passion for it. I wanted to make this a certain way. I had my vision of a menu. How dare you come into what I've created and tell me how to do it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because you don't like mushrooms or you don't like cheese. All right, well, I put mushrooms and cheese in that because it tastes good with mushrooms and cheese. Like, then you don't want it. Just stay away.
Also, this isn't a chain restaurant. If you want somewhere where you can do all of your customizations and your weird ass fucking allergies and whatever.
Exactly.
There are restaurants built for you.
Go to Applebee's.
It's called your house.
Exactly.
And it's also called your house. But what you're saying, absolutely.
But on top of that, where they really fucked up is that one of those family members is the one who is running their fucking their hours. Who's the person who goes online to say when we're open?
Yeah.
Who's the person who's doing the DoorDash and doing all those things? That's where the one thing that I heard out of all of that they dropped the ball on is they're not delegating enough. They're not letting someone run those things because you can't even tell people when you're open. So now you're going to have irritated people like Keith Lee couldn't even get his food to give him an honest review because their hours weren't right. So if you're going to try to be tongue in cheek, if you're going to try to talk to guests a certain way, even on your menu, you got to make sure your shit is tight.
Oh, yeah.
So I can support you up until a certain point where you start missing steps. If you're missing steps and you get eviscerated, that's on you. But I do understand how they feel the way they feel because there's some shit they're obviously dealing with that we're not seeing.
Yeah.
If you go from being able to accommodate 50 covers for a whole day for your 3-4 man team, and then someone posts a review to say that your food is so good, and then for the next month you're averaging 300 covers a fucking day. You can't get anyone in there, especially when you do hire someone and there's so much going on that they're like, fuck this, I'm not working here.
Too much
you reach a
chaos.
point.
Yeah.
You know, so I see both sides. I mean, obviously there's no right or wrong here in my opinion. I just think everything is about tightening up your fucking shit, man. Don't put anything out there that you're not willing to have blowback on you. Yeah, it sucks that you had to go through whatever you went through to get to this point where you made these rules. But again, you chose to get into this industry. Yeah. So you chose to deal with guests, and they're not all going to be good. A lot of them are going to fucking suck.
That's the business.
You need to know that. Yep. That's the business you got into. So you need to make sure you have the business acumen, because not every cook can run a restaurant. It's like every bartender can't open a fucking bar, you know? So just get your shit together, and you won't have to worry about dealing with guests that you don't want to deal with, and also alienating people who might even go to your restaurant, but they don't want to go because it doesn't read well on paper. A paper you wrote.
Yep.
So, sorry. Like, yeah,
I guess
that's my 2 cents.
The one thing that really stuck out to me was that first one. Like, we promised great food, but everything else. And that's the one that really just soured me on it. Again, like I see it on your side. Like, I'm kind of on their side too.
That's my favorite part. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But it's like,
because that's what we're all saying. But that's what we're all saying. I don't know what's going to happen today. I can't guarantee anything. That's them trying to be tongue in cheek. But then when you read the rest of it, that's them saying, well, I'm just going to give you your fucking food. That's how it reads.
That's it.
When you can't get your hours together, and again, I apologize, but I'm just saying, if you can't get your hours together, you can't get your shit together. Don't tell me I can't change anything on the menu, but you won't tell me what's on the fucking menu.
Yeah.
I might die from eating your fucking food. That's stupid. Yeah. So if you want to be tongue in cheek, get your shit together.
Absolutely.
Make sure the tongue's in the cheek.
Exactly.
Again, I just
between the cheeks.
I also just want to, like, full disclosure, say that I'm not condemning them or anything like that. I've never been to these type of establishments, but I can recognize, because I see enough of these videos that come from like a place like Atlanta or somewhere in the South where people are talking about it. So I only have that outside perspective. I'm not condemning them, saying they're bad. Just how you said, this is how it reads, this is how I interpret it. So I'm not going to bash them and say, don't fucking go there. It's just, we're just doing what we're doing. We're talking about the industry. Absolutely. So we're just giving our take on it.
But also with that, people are fucking losing their minds, and they're sending them like death threats and stuff. And I'm like, come on, y'all.
No. Always with the death threats.
Always with the death threats. I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. It's
aren't
food.
we all going to die eventually?
Chill
so why
out.
are you threatening me, bro?
I mean, I love a good gumbo, but I ain't going to be killing somebody over gumbo.
No. Also, then go to your family member and have them make you gumbo. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Or just don't fucking go there.
Don't. Yeah. Here's the thing. If you read the thing and you don't like their rules, don't go there. If you want to try it out, you've read their rules. There they are.
There they are.
But that's like, I mean, we don't really see that as much here in LA, and that's probably what I was gonna say when I was doing mine. We don't really see that as much in LA. In LA, you kind of have this same standard, where it's like you either are going to the restaurant and you have a reservation, or they only have walk-ins available. It's one or the other. Done. Most places are not going to add a gratuity to your bill depending on what city you're in. But they will add a gratuity depending on what size party you are. But because Los Angeles is such a big place, we're not like a small, like mom, like you don't really see mom and pop like shops here like that often. It's more or less like big chains. And if it is a mom and pop shop, a lot of them do actually have kind of a lot of rules. Nothing like that, nothing that crazy. Right. But like, because it's Los Angeles, there is an allergy matrix like everywhere
you go to K-Town, there's a lot of those that have rules like, hey, we won't do this, and this, and this.
Yeah, if you go to Korea, if you go to K-Town here in LA, best believe your whole party needs to be there for you to be sat.
Yup.
There is one check. They will take up to 2 cards. If that. You will be lucky if they take 2 cards. You could be a party of 8. 2 cards. Figure it out. But you're going to go no matter what, because you love going to Korean barbecue. You love going to these Korean food spots. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to still do it, and you're going to accept them for who they are and what they serve you. Like, they don't have an allergy matrix. Like, come on now. It's meat and stuff.
meat and veggies and
meat and banchan.
You know,
come on, y'all.
Don't forget about that stuff. Yeah.
Banchan was the stuff that I meant. It's banchan. It's all the stuff that's around it. But
I just learned that like a week and a half
yeah,
ago when you told me.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, look, they have the best banchan." The best what?
Banchan is the stuff that goes around the meat.
I left my long johns back in New York.
I'm dead. Anyway, didn't even get that joke. That went right here.
You said banchan goes around the meat. I was like, yeah, we're all supposed to wrap it up.
No, I'm like, no, it's just.
I'll give you that one.
I ain't got a ding in a minute.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that one.
But to like finish that, basically it's the same thing. If you go to a restaurant that's a mom and pop and it's clearly a family owns it, they're gonna have rules. They will. I'm sorry if you don't like it.
The more I think about it,
probably just go eat somewhere else, babes.
Exactly. The more I think about it, the more I'm on the side of the restaurant. Just fucking know what you're allergic to. If they don't tell you, don't fucking go there. Stay the fuck home. Again, we say it in a disclaimer, like, fuck it, we weren't expecting you to tip us anyways. Just, fuck it. Stay the fuck home. Don't go there. You sound like a shitty person anyways. You're going to be complaining that much. Actually, you know what? Oh, fuck the people. Hey, fuck this shit, man. You know what? That restaurant doesn't sound too bad.
The customer is not always right.
Yeah.
They're not.
And not everyone, and I don't think you agreed with me on this one, but I said not everyone deserves to go eat at these places. They don't. I'm sorry.
At the end of the day, you've said this many times. You call them guests because that's their house. You guys are just guests there. That's their house rules.
If I ask you to take off your shoes, take off your motherfucking shoes.
Yeah.
Oh, that I'm
and if
all down with.
If I ask you to take off your shoes, is because I don't want people tracking dirty shit into my house. So again, a house rule is a house rule for a reason. I guarantee you they did not come out of thin fucking air.
They probably went through 2 years of absolute batshit craziness.
Yeah.
And now they had to make this rule thing. I feel like it could be worded differently. Absolutely.
There you go.
But the rules are there because they probably have had to deal with some assholes.
Yeah.
Because it's happened before.
Yeah.
You said
It's happened to all of us.
Yeah. It happened enough.
I'm happy when my place sets rules because I'm like, good. Then these motherfuckers can't just run amok and come in and be like, this is my house. And I'm like, no, it really isn't with your $10 tequila soda.
You weed out the shitty people when you get the people that you really want to be customers and guests in your establishment. You get the people that are gonna complain and bitch, and it's like you're gonna be a problem anyways. You weren't gonna tip. You were gonna complain about all the food, this and that, all these specifications. So stay the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
you get the people that really give a damn about the rules are the ones, like you said, who are gonna complain the most.
Yeah.
They're going to be your crowd who are like
we have 6 people though.
Guess what? 6. Read the sign. No bigger than 4.
But 2 of them are under the age of 10.
It just sounds like that.
Drop them in fucking daycare.
That reservation thing, someone worded that completely wrong.
Yeah.
Because no party higher than this, but no tabs lower than this. And it was like,
weird. It was weird.
Am I supposed to be here at this time with 2 friends and one sleeps in the car and then we tag each other in?
We don't know about the time though because the hours aren't right.
Exactly. Like, why are you making me guess? My guy, get your shit together.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
Like maybe that's what causes some of those guests who come into your venue to already be heightened because again, let's play devil's advocate for the guests here for a minute. If I don't know when I'm supposed to be there, I don't know how I'm supposed to order, I don't know where I'm supposed to order, I can't take it home, but I can't get in, but I can't make a reservation, and I can't do this and I can't do that. When the fuck am I supposed to go to your fucking restaurant and how am I supposed to eat there?
The takeout one really trips me out. Like they don't do takeout.
But we have restaurants here that don't do takeouts on the weekends.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you can get takeout from Mother Wolf, but you can't do it Friday through Sunday.
Yeah.
Oh.
Like you can. I think they're on Uber Eats.
Their volume is too high.
It's too high that
cannot
But they said no takeout on days that end with Y.
No,
So
that was
that was the
that
joke.
was parties of 4 or more or something on days that end with Y.
Yeah, gratuity is added to checks of 5 people or higher.
No parties larger than 4 on days that end in Y.
Okay.
Yeah, no,
so every day.
It was
every
no
day.
takeout on the weekends, so that meant that he probably was trying to do it on a weekend, which probably fit within his schedule.
That makes sense though.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, on like this on all days you can't do takeout. I was like, what is this Grubhub thing?
Yeah, no ever takeout.
So there was one more thing to add to that is he actually did end up going inside because they told his family that it was going to be an hour wait. So then he's like, okay. So then he ends up going inside, and then they were able to be like, oh, we can have a table ready in 5 minutes. But that goes in line with their there are subsections to the rules.
But
So they
wait.
said that. They said that in their rules.
But wait, so it gets deeper than that though, because they told him, "Oh, we'll have a table for you," because they realized who he was, and then he goes, "Hold on though, these guys and this 2 girls in this car have been sitting there for an hour and a half, and these guys in this car have been there for an hour." He's like, "I'm not gonna eat. Like, I'm good. I'm not gonna eat here, but can you please make sure that these."
Yeah.
Give them the table.
Reservations
right.
can get sat, please. Like it was so sweet. Like because I was watching the videos for where like other people were recording him from like outside, and then like his video that he did responding to the whole thing. He's very calm, very chill. He's not like confrontation or anything like that. He's like, I just want these guys to get their tables. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'm not going to eat here. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people blew it out of proportion because, mob mentality. So the second he posted it online, was I Canadian there for a minute?
Past?
Posted it.
Posted it online, eh?
The second he posted it online, everyone started like bashing the company, bashing them, the people. And it's like a family owned business. They're small, And so for me, I was like, like, that's just, it's like, it's taking it like too far, It's taking it a little too far. Like even Keith Lee was like, yo. The reason I do this job and the reason I'm able to do this job is because you guys like that I give you honest reviews about things around us. He's like, I'm trying to do city tours and I won't be able to do city tours if I put a bad review out, everyone's going to be fucking like death threatening people.
Yeah.
He's like, that's not how this works.
Yep.
He's like, you want me to be honest, right? I can't just put all the great stuff on here and no one will trust me. You guys don't trust me.
Right.
Yeah.
But if I'm truly honest with you guys, don't go out there trying to fucking like send death threats to people. He's like, that's not how this is going to work. He's like, I'll cancel the whole tour.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
He's like, I'll be done. Don't worry. He's like, I'll cancel the whole thing if that's how this is going to fucking be.
Yeah. I've just always had a problem with the comment section.
Always.
Like the comment section is the
cesspool.
most toxic
It's
place, no matter what form of media it is. If there is a comment section, it is the worst place you could ever fucking be in. Because that's when you get those people who feel brave because they feel like you're not gonna ever see them face to face, and they can say whatever the fuck they want, and then they can, let me say this whole death threat thing in the comments and this and that and review bomb you or whatever. It's like, but why? Why are you taking time out of your day to do this?
We don't even live in the same state.
You have nothing to do with me. All this fake outrage, or it's just fucking annoying, man. Like, I think that certain accounts, maybe like a Keith Lee or any type of account that gets to a certain level, just needs to start having an option to just turn off your comments, but have it not affect you being monetized. I just feel like once you get to a certain level, the comment section shouldn't be something that drives your viewership, because at a certain level, that's where the bots come in. That's where the negativity comes in. People start infighting. It's just, if you get to, if a
But he's going to be turning off his comments on bad reviews. So that's like, that also takes away from like his authenticity.
But I think taking it away from the good reviews as well.
So
because
just no comments at all.
just when you get to a
get
certain
rid of
level,
that comment section. Yeah, because the bad reviews, that's just all negativity all at once.
Right.
And like even with the good comments, then like you said, when you get bigger, those bots come in there. Like the good comments would be like, oh my God, yeah, now I want to try this place. Or it's like, oh, well, it's this, that, and the other thing. No, this food is so much better. Like, fuck you. Or there's people just coming to go on there to like with him from his UFC. Was it UFC you said? From his like UFC career, or maybe they like another fighter. And so they're...
Yeah.
So they're just being random as shit now and being mean, not even related to what he is doing. So all comments being turned off. I'm there for that.
Once you get to a certain level, I mean, yeah, obviously our level, on a personal level, when it's good to have a comment section, to have that interaction. But I just feel like at a certain point, it just makes sense to turn your comments off, because it doesn't make any sense to have people arguing with each other. I can't speak, but
each other.
We're all having issues.
Yeah. But people arguing with each other in the comment section who are never going to meet, have no reason to have any animus. But then you also have people that they just want to see the world burn.
Yeah.
I just want to start an argument with someone. Yeah. What's the fucking point? What is that bringing you? I just think once you get to a certain level, turn your comments off. Just turn them the fuck off and monetize a different way.
I want to bring the mood back up because I feel like what's sad. There was a TikTok that I saw. I hope you guys like this one. And it's this guy like sitting and he's like, we're talking, eating at a restaurant. He's like, oh my God, I love this salad. The chicken tastes so good. And all of a sudden you hear a pot being thrown in the back of the kitchen and it's Gordon Ramsay going, this stuff is so fucking gross. He's like, how dare you put this on a plate? And the guy's just sitting there like, and it's just like, he's like, what are you, an idiot savage? Yeah. You serve this to people? Like the whole thing, it was so good. And it's just clips of like Bar Rescue, like, or not Bar
Kitchen
Rescue.
Nightmares.
Kitchen Nightmares of like Gordon Ramsay. It's just clips of like him talking in the background and the guy just sitting there like eating the salad. He's like,
what do I do now?
Literally, it's such a great video. I honestly, sorry, I just had to.
Oh no, I love it.
Had to bring up the
Absolutely.
mood. Also bring up the mood. I'm gonna take one of these. I don't know if you guys are interested.
Yeah,
I am interested. So while we do this little quick 2-minute break, pour out, it's not that long because we are all screwed up on time tonight. For our guests at home, what is the wildest set of rules you have seen?
Yeah.
Ooh,
So send that on in.
Yeah.
And I think we could have a fun ass time with that.
Yeah. Also, like, what are some of the things that would turn you off to a restaurant if you saw that they had certain rules and certain guidelines?
Clinkies.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing to ask. Also, just let us know if you think that. Just let us know what you think. Do you think we're in the wrong for agreeing with the restaurant, which you probably might, but I'll say maybe you should try working in the service.
Yeah, you're
Or
wrong.
Yeah, let us know what you think.
Hey,
Everything
if you
past
think
that is a
we're-
chance.
If you think we're wrong, where do you work?
Yeah, where do
If
you
it's
work?
corporate, I don't want to hear it.
Go to your cubicle and ask you if you have those reports yet.
Go to your 9 to 5.
I love how we all banded together. It was like, yeah, you get out.
By then, he's like, you know what? No, fuck the people.
Yeah, no, because it started to make more sense. It's like, you know what? Some of these people are a little too entitled, so I kind of agree with it. No, I flipped the script.
Ryan was like, yo, these people, everyone deserves, no one, not
No,
everyone
after this
deserves.
conversation, I was like, you know what? Right, there are some people that do not deserve to be at these establishments.
No.
You are right. You are right.
Let's always remember when it comes to an establishment, of any kind, you have a finite amount of people there to operate that one establishment.
Yes.
But they have to deal with hundreds, if not thousands, of different people, different personalities. Someone coming in there because they have an attitude because of something that has nothing to do with you, and they take it out on you, and you still have to reset and take care of the next person.
Yes.
The best way that you possibly fucking
You
can.
came in your sweatpants, and guess what? We don't allow sweatpants. So sorry. You didn't Google where you were going? You didn't find out if there was a dress code?
Yeah, dress
My
codes.
fault,
Please
for
adhere to
sure.
the dress codes.
But also, you didn't even get to meet me because you didn't sit down.
Yeah, please acknowledge that there is one.
I'm
Acknowledge
like,
that.
you didn't even...
Yeah, acknowledge that there's a dress code before you try to fucking come in here.
Absolutely.
You should know that. Why is it my job
It's
to
not
tell
my
you
job.
that there's a dress code? We all have one. Read the room.
But also, what kind of night are you trying to have? If you're trying to go out with your girlies and like get like weird and like not like try to meet guys and you want to wear your sweatpants. You know what? I've met guys in my sweatpants. Let me rephrase that really quickly.
I love sweatpants.
Hold on.
Sweatpants
Let me
are great.
just Bring
Yeah.
that one back right in.
Yeah.
So if you're going out and you know you're not going out to like crazy fancy dinners, you're not going to Beverly Hills, Hollywood, whatever, blah, 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 and you want to wear your sweatpants and you want to do that, just make sure where you're planning on going allows you to wear said clothes inside. There are many places, dive bars being my favorite. Because, you know, you can meet very interesting characters.
Oh, I've met so many interesting characters.
Love
Yeah.
the dives.
Many
Once
interesting
again,
characters.
read your hood.
Read what city you're in and try and find somewhere that's appropriate to...
Yes, Nando.
I'm going to let that one slide. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'll let that one go.
Terrible wording.
It was terrible. We're all really good at wording words today, and like words are really just flowing out of us. So, yeah.
No sprechen die Ingles.
There's like 3 different languages
I know.
right
The
there.
last thing you should do after that comment is speak a white language we don't know.
Yeah.
Speak a white language.
Yeah, that
He
sounded
was trying
so.
to do Spanish.
It was Spanish, German, and
he
English.
said Sprecade. That's Caucasian.
That's German.
I am sorry.
The caucasity.
I've never met a Mexican say
caucasity.
Sprecade.
Taking another one. I don't know about you guys.
So is
I'm
the
an
wearing
alcoholic.
is the wearing the sweatpants like this playbook that women have?
So
Is
okay.
that-
Yes.
I mean,
And
butts
no,
do
at
look
the
great in
same thing.
sweatpants. They enhance mine all the time.
Well, sweatpants on men is a different thing. Sweatpants on men during fall season, I'm with it. Let's go. You probably can't go to the same restaurant I'm about to go to,
Nope.
but
That's
we can
because
do it.
women can get into a restaurant no matter what they're fucking wearing.
No.
Yo.
I had a lady get turned down from she was wearing leggings.
Oh.
She came in like workout, like leggings and a top and check. Can't come in. Sorry.
Yeah.
You can't go
And
to
you
a
will
Michelin
never
star
know why I
restaurant
work,
looking
because
like
if you
you.
show
Yeah,
up
no,
at
I
night,
totally
you're never
understand. And
getting
I'm
in.
like, I don't
I
care
tried.
what kind of model or influencer you are. Like, don't wear workout clothes to a restaurant. Come on, try
Okay,
a
well,
little harder.
depends on the day and depends on the time, sir.
Depends
If
on the
I
restaurant.
Depends on the
too.
restaurant.
Well,
You
also
just
the
said
restaurant.
that too.
No, but like what I'm saying is like if I went out and like I worked out at noon and I'm gonna go get lunch after. Yes, what I'm basically saying is it just depends on the restaurant you're going to. Like you can do these things.
Yeah, there are exceptions to
There are
every
exceptions to
rule.
every rule.
Yeah.
But what you were saying about sweatpants. So for girls, it's more of like it's kind of like I don't know. Like I don't want to try, but then I'm still kind of like trying because my shoes will probably be really cool. Like I'll probably wear some like Jordans or something like that, and then I'll probably wear like a monochrome colored like tank top. Anyway, yes, and then titties will be out. So it'll be like sweatpants, but like titties are showing, face is cute, and then with my Jordans, so it's like we're comfy, casual, but we're also like we're hot.
Okay, but what about the guys? If I just left the gym and I'm wearing the fucking,
No, but do you
I'm
smell
wearing
like
the
the
short,
gym?
I'm wearing the shorts, and then I got the tank top, especially if it's a stringer tee, and my titties is out. I can't get into a
Because
restaurant.
you smell
I'm
like the gym.
No, I don't
No,
always
you
smell
shower
like the gym.
after you go to the
But
gym.
there are also guys who will go from the gym and they don't smell bad and they still can't get in. So I'm just
Because-
saying for the people out there that are feeling the double standard, I understand how you feel.
But it's also
I
like
do understand that feeling,
It is
too.
a double
Yeah.
standard, but also like usually when a girl's wearing sweatpants out, it's at night. It's not because we've gone to the gym.
Right.
Like our whole face will be done, our hair will be done. We're just wearing sweatpants and a fucking tank top.
Okay.
Like it's different.
Well, let's pick which one we're talking about because you were just talking about noon. Just
oh no,
leaving the gym.
yeah, no. I was talking about what he was talking
Okay.
about in the
All
beginning,
right,
like
all right.
when he was asking about sweatpants.
Yes.
This
No,
is
I
like
was-
if we're going out at night.
I was asking like.
So
We're
no,
good,
we're
we're good
talking
there,
about
we're
like
good
just strolling into a spot and like with sweatpants, like know your area, know your establishment. You started talking about dive bars, like yeah,
Well, yeah.
I'll roll on in, but there's also with the thing you're asking about with men, there is a difference. So like regular sweatpants were seen as homeless and trashy, but if you put on a nice pair of joggers, that's different because those are
Depending
like
on the quality
comfy
of what
pants.
you're wearing. Yeah.
Which some people
Same thing.
understand.
I mean, I would say same thing for girls, but girls honestly probably steal your sweatpants. So
They definitely still are hoodies.
See,
And he looks backwards.
see,
will-
mine's
I-
5'1", so
I will say I have some hoodies. They're not mine. Please don't come for me.
I've
You don't
never seen
even,
a wo-
you
I've
don't
never
even
seen a
remember
woman
that
buy-
they're missing. So shh.
I've never seen a woman buy a hoodie.
No, women don't buy.
no,
hoodies.
not at all.
Are you
No,
kidding me? I have the largest collection of hoodies ever, and I bought
from
most
men.
of them. I bought most of them.
Let me see receipts.
Most.
Are you kidding me?
need
I'll show you
receipts.
my rack. I have a legitimate like rack that sits outside of my closet.
Yeah.
That's just outdoor wear. I bought most of this stuff. There's only like 3 that I definitely swooped from some people because they were awesome and I loved them, and I never want to give it back. So I'm never getting it back.
In all of the years of dating, I have probably lost a good 30 flannels to women.
Stop it. I bought all my flannels. I am not one of those
Flannel.
because I will buy my own. I used to buy my stuff when I'm talking to boys. I used to buy my stuff when American Apparel was really, really big. And
Oh, I
I would buy all the
remember.
men. Thank you. I'm looking off camera because there's another girl in the room, guys. Come on now.
Oh
It's
shit, we
me.
have 2 girls in the room? That's a record.
Anyway, it's usually a bunch of dicks in here. We have a vagina.
You should rename it to Sausage Party.
You cannot keep doing this to the episodes that I'm in. Every episode I'm in has the weirdest fucking name. Like, no one's gonna watch that.
I'm not gonna title it that. It was just a thought.
Yeah, but you keep, it's now gonna be a reoccurring thing if you did that. Every episode has like the weirdest fucking name that like is super like Oddly,
but it's always something that one of us has said.
of course.
That's the
but
other
like,
thing. So we said something odd.
yes, but
Yeah.
like, why is it the ones that I'm in are like the misogynistic ones?
Oh, because I'm going for the feministic angle.
Okay, but like, you're deterring the feminists from watching.
Oh, well, let's talk about that.
Yeah, we'll talk about
How
that.
do we get more feminists?
My name is Ryan, and this is not what this podcast is supposed to be about.
Anyway.
So
back to-
jelly beans.
Back to sweatpants. Because we can still talk about that, right? Right, Ryan? Can we still talk about that?
What?
Are we
Mom,
allowed to talk about
Mom,
sweatpants?
Dad, stop fighting.
Are we allowed to
Why
talk
are you
about
asking
sweatpants?
me?
Because
It's okay,
you're the
I'm
one who
letting her
told
take
me
it out on
that
the kids
we
now.
like needed to stop talking about this stuff and this stuff.
Help!
You're on your own, brother.
Somebody get this man a flannel so he feels safe.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, I'll bring him a flannel next week.
Where's my flannel and Tim's?
Oh no, not the Tims.
Not the Tims.
Oh god, we're in the wrong fucking state for that shit.
Yeah, nah.
It's too hot
if someone's
out here
wearing
for you to
Timbs
wear
out here,
Timbs, my dude.
yeah, if someone's wearing Timbs, you know they're from New York.
Oh yeah.
I saw somebody, granted it was on Hollywood Boulevard, so it was probably a tourist. This man had his full ass, like barely broken in, like high top Timbs on.
No creases.
No creases,
nothing.
like you could tell
Yeah,
he
you're
put-
walking like he's in fresh new Jordans like this.
he's got like you can see he just rubbed on the mink oil. Those laces are like tucked in.
No.
Like that shit looks purty, but he's got tall ass white tube socks on and short shorts. And I'm like,
No.
I understand wanting to live for your New Yorker, but that's the wrong way to go about it, my friend.
Even my friends in New York don't do that.
No,
You
we
have to, like,
don't.
no.
That's because usually we're wearing pants most
You're
of the
wearing
time.
pants.
Yeah. Or we wear flip flops and shorts in the middle of winter, which there are those crazy people.
There are, which I don't understand.
He had high white tube socks.
Yes.
Like
Please
up,
stop painting a picture.
To the middle of the calf.
You know what they say: the higher the socks, the downer the fool.
The
The what?
The higher the socks, the downer the fool.
But not in New York.
Who lost in New York?
He's a fool on vacation.
He was. That fool was on vacation.
That fool was on vacation for real.
That fool was planning to move. He was just trying to get acclimated to the
That
shoes.
fool did it somewhere in New York. He came back different.
he used to wear Cortezes, but no.
He still had to stay true.
Yeah, oh,
He still had to keep it
Jesus.
down.
Now he just leans back with it. Not from side to side.
Not side to side, he
Not
just
side,
leans back.
Just straight back, baby. Straight back.
But speaking of playbooks,
Playbooks?
yeah, we were talking. Well, the topic we were switching.
But the
to.
sweatpants are the
I was
play?
gonna say, was that your switch to that topic?
No, the switch to the topic came so much earlier, and then we went off in different directions. So I'm bringing us home. But
Aw, thanks,
the
baby.
topic that we. I'm wearing shorts. You can't do that.
I know,
You
I
can't do
felt
that and
that.
touch my leg.
Because I was like, go on to
I
actually
would've
touch
worn pants if I knew that was coming.
You got his real leg too. I saw it.
I know, and I was like, oh, I regret this decision. Not enough comedy for that payoff.
his eyes straight up just, it was blank stare across the room.
I was like, yo, I felt that.
He didn't know what to do.
I didn't.
I didn't either, except
yeah.
regret.
But no,
It's okay. We all have those.
It is one of those things that I have been wanting to talk about for a while, and especially having Kia here so we can get another opinion on this, is that the playbooks have changed, and seeing how the whole Cheesecake Factory and all this other stuff, and then we talked about it last week, has been like dominating the internet for the last few weeks.
It has.
Because I was seeing it a week before it really started.
It's even
to
been on
become a
like
thing.
the actual news.
Yeah,
I
it's
kept
on the
thinking it
news.
would die off.
Cheesecake Factory is also now like made like a video.
Yeah.
Like people are going to Cheesecake Factories and make these videos. So like,
right.
yeah.
That's what I mean. I kept thinking it would die down. It hasn't died down. But it's one of those things that's been on my mind for a while, is that men are still working with the old playbook.
Okay. And
I don't
give me that definition
right.
first.
So men are going to bars, restaurants, wherever that they know women are going to be, but they're still trying tactics that their dads and their uncles taught them. And I'm like, bro, but women already read that playbook and then they wrote a new one. And you guys are still like playing the plays from the old playbook and wonder why it's not fucking working.
Yeah. Okay.
And I have to sit here and watch it and try to coach
It's
your
sad.
ass back up. It's kind of fucking sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad to hear the way that guys just don't understand that the game is upgraded, man. You step your game
shit,
up.
I usually just let them crash and burn because that playbook is gone for a very good fucking reason.
Yes.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So to touch on like what you guys were talking about last week, just for a second, I don't think that everything on that list was correct. In the sense that like personally, I like to do outdoor activities or not outdoor activities, just activities. If it's a first date and like, I don't want to sit down and just stare at you for 2 hours while you watch me eat a salad because that's what I'm going to order unless I'm really comfortable. I'm gonna order some ribs.
Order a steak smothered in onions.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I will order steak smothered in onions. Can you afford steak smothered in onions? We will find out.
So you're either showing your ribs or you're eating ribs.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, first thing, I'm always like, please order what you want because I'm like, please trust in me because I want to see how this girl can eat. I want to know if she can eat the food I cook for her because I cook with love, thickness, and leaving no ingredients out.
Okay, so we'll come back to that. We'll come back to that one. What I wanted to say about that whole topic, for me and for how the new playbook has worked in my way, or the new playbook is working with the new generation, I go to places that I know I can afford. I, on a regular basis, will not be in a Cheesecake Factory or an Applebee's or a Sizzler. If I'm trying to fucking have fun with my friends, we go into the fucking Cheesecake Factory. We're going to Olive Garden. I want breadsticks. You know what I mean? But if I'm out and I'm like partying and, you know, I want to just be me and like I'm trying to find someone who wants to date me, I go to specific places where I know I can pay for myself even. And then if someone wants to pay or buy me drinks and stuff like that, sure. But now if you ask me on a date, and by God, so happens to be dinner. I pray to Jesus it's not the fucking first date. I really, really do not like going to dinner on a first date. It just like weirds me out, and I get nervous about having to talk.
Which again, I apologize, but I'm saying that's again what I'm saying. Guys need to fucking
They
let
need to
go
get that
of.
through your head.
Let the whole dinner thing go.
There's so many other things to do.
Yeah.
So many other things.
But also,
Dinner at this point is...
I'm hearing this whole thing of taking me to dinner here and taking me to dinner there. All right, well, men, if you don't want to pay for the $300 dinner, think of something better to
Figure
do
it out, babes.
that may cost you less.
Because I'm going to tell you
yeah.
straight up right now, the dinners I go to,
Yeah. I've been to dinner with you. I'm glad I didn't have to pay for you. I look at the waiter like, yo, we just friends. Like, yo,
He reaches in, he's like, this is her card, this is my card.
he said, where's your purse, Kia? Where's your purse? Open it.
Let them know we together, but we ain't together.
Because I am down. Like, if I'm with the homies and we're trying to have a really bomb night and we're out and like the places, I'm not gonna drop names because someone out here is gonna be like, oh my God, do you want me to take you to? No, I can take myself. Sorry. But
Spicy Wednesday.
Oh, Spicy Wednesday. But for me, it's like really, it's like going to these places is like a fun thing for me. Like, I don't want it to be how I see all these men try to bring these women into these places, and then it's like really like I'm watching like from a distance, like that's awkward. Like that, I don't think she's into that at all. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's their first date. Oh God, imagine if you did something cool. I don't know, Dave and Buster's, mini golf. Fucking, what's the axe throwing thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
That's it.
If she stabs you with an axe, you're not meant to be
You're not
together.
meant to be.
Or if you're into that, maybe she's the one.
Exactly.
And
Also,
then you develop a healthy fear of her.
Yes.
perfect.
That
You know, I
means
can
she
kill you
is
with an axe.
Latina.
I'm not Latina, but I can kill you with an
I did take Michelle to axe throwing, and it was terrifying how quick she caught onto it. Because then she's like, "I don't do this
it's a
fucking
blade.
woodsman shit." And
It's
then she
a
was
blade.
like, and I'm like, "Whoa, that was a bullseye." She threw that shit like a chancla.
Yeah. It's just a chocolate with a blade on it at that point.
Speaking
An
of
aerodynamic chancla.
You need to do the TikTok where like the guy, it's like a whole trend, and the guys like put the cup on their head, and they have their Latina girlfriends like just walk by and say, and they like just straight up the cup is just gone.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
like,
see, I have seen Michelle throw a frisbee in the park for Maverick.
no, but that's
Oh, I don't. Well, no, it is all of it. A ball, a frisbee, with some long oblong shape for Maverick at the
Well,
park
the
too.
point
She's
is-
throwing me my keys and
the
giving me a
point
black
is-
eye.
the point is for
No,
you
he's
to
saying
trust
her aim is not that
Yeah, I was
good.
gonna say the point is for you to trust her. So you face the camera, she's walking from behind you, and she just chunks a chunkla.
Yeah.
And like it usually, I mean, all the
But
videos
he's
I've
letting
seen.
you know he's gonna get hit.
yeah, no,
also
I
s-
trust her to beat me.
Perfect. Then that would make for great
Her
content.
baser
Have you
instincts will
never heard
always kick in.
of content? Just film the video, sir.
If it's with an axe,
If you
he's
get
not
hurt,
gonna
My insurance is so bad.
Use what are you using? A fucking like what are the ones that they were in Japan? The fucking wooden ones.
Oh shit.
Oh, they're not shojis.
I know you know the
They'll show you what's.
That's a good one.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Sandal and bamboo accessories.
Yeah, just use a regular
the-
rubber chancla that costs like $2.
Yeah, I'm not saying that she doesn't have the power, because that's the scary part. Her aim is terrible, but her power, she is tiny but mighty.
All I'm saying is I need to see the video, so I need you to record it because I know she's gonna beat the shit out of you, and it's gonna be
She
hilarious.
just wants to watch
Why
you
do
get
all y'all
beaten.
want to see a Puerto Rican beat my ass?
What do you mean
Because
all
it's
of
funny.
y'all? She does.
Also,
She
does.
wants to watch you
Puerto
get
Rico
beaten.
was
I didn't ask
colonized
for
by
it.
the whites.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Something-
I heard that.
Anyway, to finish off that whole segment of just like dating, I'm into going. I'm not into going to restaurants, but if you so happen to want to take me on a date to a restaurant, know that I can afford whatever I need for myself when I go out. So if you're trying to take me out on a date, it needs to match the quality of the date that I would take myself on.
I think it should
you
always
can't
include.
I love that.
If you can't match the energy that I bring to like money wise, and this is gonna sound like I'm a dick, but if you can't match my money, at least there can't be two of us struggling in this relationship. One of us need to be ahead. So figure it out.
Right.
Because I can afford a $300 dinner. Can you? I'm not asking you literally. Can you? And that's cool for me. I can do that.
And
I'm not gonna do it every day,
Right,
but I can do it.
But
if
for
I
the
want to.
people out there, it's like if you can't, then just
But also,
acknowledge that
like,
you can't and just
for the
move on.
girls
It's
that are
okay.
like, I can't go to the Cheesecake Factory. That's not me. First of all, can you afford to eat anywhere else? If you cannot, then go to the Cheesecake Factory. It's a free fucking $50 dinner. Call it a day.
Because if you keep complaining, then your ass is going to end up at Jack in the Box.
And that's going to be shit.
That reminds me of this video that I saw where this guy was buying this girl a drink. She come up, she's like, "Oh, can I get a shot?" He's like, "Oh, don't worry, I got it," or something like that. He's like, "Oh, well, yeah, I'll take Clase Azul." He's like, "No, order if you were paying for it."
Yeah.
That's just rude. Here's the thing.
But that what you said reminded me of that
I
video.
would do that too, because I'm like, oh, I know you're trying to take advantage of me.
Here's
So
the- if someone sees me order, so I think this happened. Oh, I was in Vegas. Things happen in Vegas, but I was at this bar and I was just talking to my friend because she was just asking me about all the Clase Azul. So I was like pointing at them and I was like, "This is this, this is that, this is that." Guy overhears me and he's like, "Which one was the most expensive?" I was like, "That one, Clase Azul Ultra." And he's like, he literally looks at the bartender. He goes, "3 shots of that. Those 2 ladies and me." And I said, "And that, my friends, is how you get a $450 shot for free."
Yeah.
Because I was not about to buy that shit.
it's not even worth it.
It was so much worth it. I don't remember it. It was great.
It either is or it isn't. It is what it is.
is what it
But my
is.
thing is just to shout out Michael. Shout out to you, Michael P. You were just here a couple episodes ago.
Oh yeah, I love Michael. He understood me.
Speaks fluent Ryan.
He does.
He literally got you.
He has a very good grasp on the white boy.
Yeah, Michael,
He keeps
you
you
come
right
back.
where he can hold you.
Right where he can hold you. Sheesh.
No, but honestly, this has happened at my bar with Michael. And because one, I always pay attention to who orders what and how they're ordering and whatever. But two, Michael's my boy.
Yeah.
So he
You're
had
not gonna
come.
let him get fucking ran. Come on now.
So there were these two ladies that were there, and they had other gentlemen buying them drinks all night, this and that. I never saw them pay their own tab, or no, they paid their first tab. They didn't tip, and then the rest of the time they had guys who would pay for them, and so I would always wonder if the other person who was paying was gonna tip them or tip me. But anyway, Michael comes in, we say what up, this and that, and then they turn and they pick him as their next mark to buy a drink.
Women.
And so he goes, all right, bro,
Quit
hey,
it.
Nando, can you get me another round of shots? Just shot for me, because I know what he drinks. Reposado, neat. That's it. I know what he drinks. For one, because I'm a good bartender, I pay attention to my guests.
Shameless self-plugs.
Oh, damn it.
Close.
I thought I was going to be the only one. I was like, weird flex.
I couldn't help that one. And I'm glad it went the way it went. But
Oh, yes, babe.
but also, I'm paying attention to the fact that I've seen these two women do this all night.
Yeah.
And I've seen them talk to another guy, and so therefore another guy is ordering a round of drinks for these two women. And when they hear him say, get them whatever they want, they go, oh, let me get 242s.
No.
And I look at both of them and I'm like,
No.
42? I said it out loud so he could hear what they ordered.
Yes.
Because that's the thing, is some bartenders will just be like, oh, well, fuck it. He's going to have to pay it. That's what they ordered.
That's
He
his
said-
problem when the bill comes. Yeah.
Exactly.
Gotta make the sale profit.
I'm gonna
I'm not
tell
gonna
a
do
story
that.
after this. Y'all gonna freak
Absolutely.
out. Keep going.
Absolutely. And so I was just like, 42? And he looks at me and he's like, he goes, I don't know. I was like, motherfucker, I know you don't know him, but I needed him to understand.
You need to catch these bitches.
I'm not gonna.
What's the fishing thing? Go on Animal Crossing. Just catch him with the net right over their head.
Hold up. Bonk.
Oh, the bug net.
Yeah,
the
the
bug
bug
net,
net.
yeah.
You're like, nope. Come here.
God,
Get
I feel
that
so-
banded dragonfly.
I feel so alone because I have no idea what y'all were talking about.
Oh, it's okay. It was a
But
great
you were
time.
all like netting me, and I was like, "What the fuck is
But
happening?
it's not you per
Is this
se.
like a
It's-
nerd money shot?"
No, it's catching bugs. Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, like even after that, he looked at me when I gave him the tab. He was like, "Yo, thank you for looking out for me." I'm like, "Nah, I don't play that game, man. I'm not gonna sit here and just I don't care what sex you are. I don't care, and it's not just I'm looking out for the guys.
No, it's both.
Because I've seen guys do a bunch of shit too, or attempt to do a bunch of shit, and I'm like, no. If a woman says she doesn't want your drink or she doesn't want your shot, she doesn't want your drink
doesn't
or
want
want your
it.
shot.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who you are. But in this one, it felt good to look
Yeah.
out for my boy because they were getting 42s from other guys who weren't tipping. So they thought they were going to get him. And
Ladies,
I'm like, nah, come on,
if
man.
a guy offers to buy you a drink, do not all of a sudden switch up what the fuck else you were drinking.
Mm-hmm.
I know I drink Clase Azul. I know I drink 1942. Not really. 1942 is for the week. I'll drink Clase Azul if I'm feeling, myself. Or I'll drink.
Feel like a real bell ringer.
Yeah, bell ringer. I'm like, ding. Yeah, well, no ding? Okay, fine. We'll keep moving from that.
Give her a ding.
Sorry, I spaced out.
Give the woman a ding.
I spaced out.
But I will literally, I'll drink Clase Azul. So if someone wants to buy me a shot, and usually at those moments, I literally tell them, I've been drinking Clase Azul. Ask the bartender. They will be like, oh, yes, absolutely, she has.
Yeah, so they know you're not trying to dupe them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But the story I wanted to tell you was these two poor gentlemen. Oh, these poor souls. They fucked up in the beginning because they thought that they were ordering Clase Plata.
Oh.
But they were not. They were ordering Clase Ultra. That is two very different prices for anyone that's wondering. Clase Plata usually goes for around like $40. That's fine. Classic Ultra goes for around like
Add a zero.
430. So, mind you, these guys have been here all night. They've been here all day. All night. I'm not open all day. We open at night. And then they invited like girls to their table, you know what I mean? They're drinking, they're eating, whatever. This one guy comes over, this older dude. He's like, I'm gonna buy a round, same thing for everyone. I looked at the guy and I went, okay.
They just paid my rent in one round.
Like, okay. But mind you, these two guys have not paid their tab for the night, right? So,
but did you have a card already?
But this wasn't my table.
Oh.
I was walking by, and this old dude sat at their table and said, I want to get a round for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Oh, gee willikers.
Again, not my table, so I said, sure. We're pulled house. I said, start tab. And I told the server, I was like, hey. And I looked at him and I said, were they drinking Ultra or Plata? And the server goes, nah, man, they've been drinking Ultra. And I said, say less. And I rang that shit in. And they get it, right? And so the old guy gets the bill for that one round. He is freaking out. Like, as in, like, not visibly freaking out, but as in, like, now he's working the room.
Like, you say their eyes, you see their eyes widening, their heart drops.
Restaurant. So people are like sitting down, but people like bounce from table to table because everyone knows each other where I work. So now he's at the bar, and I go to my manager, hey man, this tab needs to be paid. It's not under my name, so I'm like, I'm all right. But this tab needs to be paid. They go, they find the guy pays it. That wasn't the story. Now, the two gentlemen are ready to close out. That bill was $2,300.
Oh, I thought it was going to be much higher.
No, thank God. Thank God it wasn't. But I could see it in their eyes. Like, they were clearly my age. They were like, that's rent. They were like losing. I honestly thought we were going to have like these two little white boys like washing dishes in the back. Honestly, I was very, very.
You should have.
I'm talking to the server. The server goes, well. He was like, they're freaking out because the bill's so high. And I was like, well, yeah. Didn't they say they were drinking Ultra? And he's like, yeah, they were drinking Ultra all night. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you've been ordering Ultra. You don't got Ultra money?
I think Chef needs the grease trap cleaned.
I was like, do they know how to wash dishes? Because
what time you clocking in tomorrow?
I was like, I'll see you tomorrow, baby.
Some straight up One Piece nonsense. Yo, Luffy, you got to pay for that food, baby.
Yeah, come back here. Come on. Okay, come on. I got you, boo. I'll give you an apron and everything. Come on.
Oh, man.
So we ended up, I think they ended up like just fully paying it, but like it was a minute. Like it was like a minute and a half, like a while before they could like pay this bill. I'm sure someone's parents like had to
I'm sure they called mommy and daddy. Yeah,
like because they clearly like looked like they worked in finance. You know, they give that like finance pro energy.
But they were interns.
But they were definitely interns. Like my friend, when I go out, he's in finance. He will take care of it all, but even though like we're like friendies, but like so I'll pay like my half, and he knows how I am. And when we go out to eat, he's like, oh fucking hell, Kia's taking me to another expensive ass dinner. He's like, oh, but then when we go, he has a great time, and I'm like, are you mad? And he's like, I'm not mad.
Yeah, and then you pay your own way, and he's like, why was I bitching in the first place?
No. There's a few times he's covered for me and whatever, and I look at him and I'm like, are we good? He's like, yeah, we're fine. He's like, we're okay, and I'm like, okay, thank you. But for that one specifically, just to end it, if you go out and you're drinking and you're a girl and you don't want to go to the Cheesecake Factory, well, don't be hanging out at Buffalo Wild Wings if you're trying to pull a man that's not going to take you to fucking Cheesecake Factory. Or go to places where you can afford to go out. I'm sorry, because if someone takes you on a date and you order 48 oysters.
Oh,
48
that video.
Oysters, and she ate them all.
Eesh.
And then he got up and left.
Yeah.
He left.
Yeah, so
I was okay with it.
For context, there was a gentleman, he invited a young lady out for drinks. He literally said it in the text. Hey, would you like to grab drinks? They meet up for drinks. They sit at the table. And I guess this place had this oyster deal, and so she just went ham, egg, and cheese, full sandwich.
But they were $3
she was just ordering
a piece.
fucking oysters, yo.
$3 a piece.
And but the thing is, she was recording the entire time.
Like her perspective.
Like, yo, I'm doing this because she's like, oh, I'm about to get this motherfucker, right? So when they ask for the bill, he gets up and he just leaves. And then when she texts him like, yo, why'd you leave me with the bill? He's like, well, I invited you out for drinks. And then we get there and you started ordering all this food. So I just dipped. And he's like, I'll Venmo you the money for the drinks. I'll still pay for the drinks, but I never invited you out for all that food. Yeah. I invited you out for drinks. And the thing is, on top at the beginning of the video, she even says it was just a guy that I was just going out with, whatever.
See, girls, if you're gonna try and play these men, like, be better, because that is the worst way I've ever seen a woman play a man.
Some of us have
not
an
even
updated
good.
playbook.
Like, this is not even. Like, that's just like, honestly, if I was their server, I'd be like,
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, sir, I need you. I think there's an emergency with your family.
Some of us fellas.
I think your third uncle died.
Some of us
You
fellas.
just got a phone call. Your third uncle's dead.
You guys still have landlines?
Yo, guys, some of the fellas have an updated playbook is all I'm saying.
Get on it.
Just because the majority of men are operating from an outdated playbook, I'm telling you, not all of them are. But yo, guys, step your fucking game up, man.
Step it up. Either step up your coin or...
Yeah, either make more money or learn how to play the game better. But
because
it's not all their fault, just like it's not all
If it's your
ours.
first date, just don't do dinner. Just go to a coffee shop. Coffee shops are great. Go to a fucking bar. Like, you don't have to do this whole, like, elaborate... I don't know. Maybe some girls are like, they want dinner. And I'm like, that's just, like, free... Like, then you're just being a mooch.
That's because y'all can't cook.
I can cook.
You can.
Retract that,
but the majority,
that.
Yo, the majority of women I meet, y'all can't cook.
But no man has ever gotten me to cook for them, so...
Yes.
Step your
game up, fellas.
I am the main cook in our household.
Honestly, my dad told me if I'd ever gotten married and my husband can't cook, we're dead. So that made me, when I moved out...
Not if you got Uber Eats.
Oh, no. And I was Uber eating a lot. But then I got to this point when I moved out where I was like, I come from a background of a Kenyan mom and a Jamaican dad.
Ooh, I like that flavor palette.
Shit. I know how to make it all. So I started just like experimenting on my own in my own apartment. Just the stuff that I'd see my parents do.
So, I mean, you got that oxtail first off from the Jamaican side.
I am not paying for oxtail. Sorry, Dad. I will expect that for Thanksgiving, though.
And then there's like this, what is it? It's like this great kind of like rice paste soup kind of thing from Kenya. I've had it like once. I can see the, what?
It's not porridge.
Everybody's got porridge.
Also, I know what you're talking about. It's not Kenyan.
I
know what you're talking about. It's
okay, all right then. I can see the bowl in my head.
I know exactly what you're talking about. I can see it. I can see it. It's not Kenyan.
I can
literally see it. It's not Kenyan. We do ugali. We do like steamed like veggies. We do ugali. First of all, ugali is basically, you know how every culture has like a rice or like some kind of like patty or like not patty but like a tortilla or something. So ours is a cornmeal base. It's flour and cornmeal, and you make it into this kind of like mound. So when it comes out, it's like you just cut a square and a triangle, and you put it on your plate. And so when you eat, you grab that, and you grab your stew, you grab your meat, and you eat. If that makes sense.
Yeah,
I've seen that.
Yes, just Google ugali. You'll get there. It's fire. Don't worry. Like it is amazing. But as I got older. And when I moved out and when my dad told me that I was going to die if I married a husband who didn't know how to cook, I was like, shit. Yeah. I'd be like, first of all, who said he was going to be poor? I'd have a chef. So thank you very much. Second of all, you're right. I should probably know how to cook something. So I started learning how to cook. So I'm good now.
Oh yeah!
Shout out to Kia Standards. I very much enjoy them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's one thing to have high standards when you are of a high standard.
Yeah, but don't worry, I'm still single and I will be for forever.
Yeah. But it's one thing to have high standards when you are of high standard. But
it's like the basis of walking the walk and talking the talk.
Yeah, you need to be honest with yourself. Like if you're normally eating Chick-fil-A, don't be upset when someone takes you to fucking
cheesecake.
Yeah.
Which also, I'm really mad that now cheesecake is getting a very bad rep because I go there with my friends.
Cheesecake has great food.
Cheesecake is great food.
If
Like their
anybody
architecture
should-
design is garbage,
Honestly,
but
I'm literally full off the bread. I always ask for like 3 baskets. I'm like,
well, yeah, because they have
great.
that like sweet brown bread, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the butter's so good.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm full off the bread. And then
You
I'm
know
like,
what, cheesecake? We here at the industry perspective, thumbs up all around the board.
Yeah.
We love you
Yes.
I
guys.
mean, even though you gave me food poisoning,
wait, I just
Yeah.
said invite us. We'll come. What's wrong with
I'll
you?
still go
God
back.
damn it, Nando.
It's on an episode. If you watched it, if you watched the show that you're on when you're not on it, I
Was it last week?
I
I'm
got
just kidding, I
food
watched last week.
poisoning from Cheesecake Factory, and I'm still advocating for it. So if anybody should be a fucking ambassador, it's this fucking show. Because you're getting covered by all sides. It's like, it's not just people who enjoyed it. I haven't enjoyed my stay at Cheesecake Factory
You
the
should
entire
let us
time.
bartend for you
but
guys
some
for
of
a
it-
day.
Oh, yeah.
You should let us behind the bar.
A guest bartending spot at Cheesecake.
I actually have a
That'd
friend
be
in
so
corporate.
fun.
That would be fucking
I have a friend
fun,
in corporate
man.
cheesecake, so could happen.
I mean, if we can
Alright.
put some shit together.
Absolutely could. Absolutely could. And
But
it
yeah.
doesn't even have to just be us. We can actually get some Cheesecake members
in it.
from whatever.
Right?
I
and
want
have
my
them come
12
on the show
servings
and
of
then-
honey walnut shrimp for
Yes.
$13.59.
Oh, that's off the menu,
Honey
babes.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's gone.
And I ain't going back. I take back everything
Oh,
I
so there's
said.
no honey no walnut shrimp? Oh,
I wanted to make sure. Did I give you guys a good perspective of like a woman, like just about the whole dating thing? Like,
So, ladies out there, did she give us a good perspective?
us know.
Please.
am I
Right?
wrong?
Please
And
let
it's
us
okay
know.
if I'm wrong.
I would-
Everyone's entitled to their own opinions.
Yeah.
But if I'm wrong, I want to hear what you think personally.
Yeah, please let us
And
know.
you heard what I think, so I don't know if you. And also, men, if you want to ask me on a date,
Shameless
I-
plug.
I do want to. I do want to
Shameless.
amend
it's
one
not even a
thing.
shameless plug. That's a warning. That's a hashtag warning. If you want to ask me out on a date, do you? Are you sure?
Yes,
I
Nando.
do want to amend one thing because I know I said I don't like the comment section. We do have an inbox. You can let us know in the inbox.
We
It
are
doesn't
asking
have to
for
just
your
be
comments.
Let us know both sides. Let us know in comments until we turn them off. And then after we turn them off, still let us know in the DMs. It's a group effort. We're
It goes
like the
down
majority
in the
of us
DMs.
are reading them. We are checking
didn't
them.
do
If you
that. I
have
didn't
something
do
that
that.
you want to ask us or you have a topic that you would like for us to cover, please let us know. As it is, we usually come up with our topics and our episode day of. Tonight was like 5 minutes before the camera went live, but we'd love to hear what you guys want us to talk about. What are some of the things that you have questions for your bartender, your server, a manager, or whoever? Like, we'd love to hear that. So please reach out. It doesn't have to be in the comment section. I say that because some people don't want to leave comments because comments are for
absolutely,
everyone.
Yeah.
And then they don't want to leave a DM because they think it's not going to get read.
No, it will be read.
It will be read. And if it's
It might be
something
left
that
on bread.
Yeah, it might be, depending
That's
on
only
what you
if you
say.
text me.
Yeah, the rest of us can't get away with that, so it is what it is.
Oh, I get away with it very, very often. You should see my text messages. It's
Yeah,
fun.
you don't.
What do you mean? I
You
don't
don't
get
read
left
them.
on red?
You got it.
I currently have, and this is, oh God, this is so bad.
She's about
I
to
have
prove my point.
400 unread messages
She just proved my point.
on
Well, with that being said, I
Ooh,
think
I'm attractive.
that's probably a good
No,
stopping point. Do you have one more?
We have
No?
one more. So.
Oh, okay.
We're
I didn't
not
know.
We
done.
had 4 topics. You cruised past the second one.
hell?
And
Which
you
one?
jumped to the third.
Oh, I did,
So now
true.
we're
God,
coming
he
back.
clearly wants
My
to
bad.
leave.
No,
See,
I didn't know. I didn't.
Why don't you want to be here?
I didn't know. I was just looking at the time.
I saw there was another lady in the room.
I
You wanna bring
was
her on?
I was looking at the time.
Sheesh.
I was looking at the time.
So, in what Nando
go
was
ahead.
saying,
We are right where we need to
Okay.
be. We are right
Carry
where we
us
need
in.
to be.
we got something to say.
Yeah. Yes. So one of the things that it also ties into Halloween. I will say my side because I will also be giving a story very short, and then I will leave the floor open. Whoever wants to go first, you go first. It is what it is.
I call it because Ryan will always speak
There
first.
you go.
I call it now.
White man always speaks first around here.
Black lady speaks first.
Sorry, let me just get the privilege out of my ear.
I love you so much. Let me just get the
Ryan
privilege
and
out
I
of my
will
ear.
be.
Oh, hey,
So-
y'all. All right, fine.
No, we had one without them. That's fair.
Yeah, we're good.
Can we pour one up while I tell this story so that
Yeah.
once we get to the end, we can do our final cheers, please? Thank you all.
Wait, is it gonna be over after you tell this final story?
No, after we all say our parts, but let's get the shots out of the way.
Okay, fine.
Just trust me, I got you.
Does
So
he, though?
what happened with Halloween for me yesterday?
Oh, boy.
I'm definitely going out on a limb here and making sure I say this in a way that doesn't get me fired.
Yes.
So just in the vein of labor costs, scheduling, things like that, and thinking about what goes into it from a manager or owner or whatever GM, whatever point of view. There are so many things that you have to factor into how you are going to schedule any given night. One of the main things is your location and how you are viewed by your clientele, but also factoring in what your employees are giving you as feedback. Now, that also goes without saying that sometimes employees will give you feedback hoping that is beneficial for them and try to undersell.
Yeah.
So you as a manager, as an owner, whatever, you have to also oversell because you don't want to get stuck holding the fucking bag. Especially if you're a GM and you're having to answer to an owner directly. If it's a smaller venue, mom and pop, you got to actually talk to the owner. It's not you're talking to your boss who talks to their boss who talks to their boss.
This ain't a game of telephone.
Yeah.
No.
You have to answer to one person directly, probably face to face, or at least FaceTime to FaceTime. So there are all these different factors that go in. I said that to say, in this particular instance, we were trying to figure out how to be scheduled for Halloween.
Appropriately.
Yeah. Based on our venue, based on our location, based on our clientele, but also based off of what else was going on around our area. Now, the staff felt one way and the GM felt another, but that's always going to be the case.
Of course.
You're never going to see eye to eye on that. So then that's where you need a GM or, manager, depending on who's making the schedule, that can, I like to say, play the field the right way to where they can appease the person above them while also appeasing the people who have to work for them and answer to them.
I mean, that's being a GM 101.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
And the shit is really fucking difficult.
It's hard.
Man. It's so fucking difficult. And, we give managers and GMs a lot of shit sometimes because of some of the fucking decisions that they make. But we also don't know who they're answering to, which is why they're making those decisions. Sometimes they didn't make them. This particular instance, I don't know who made the decision, but it turned into we were overstaffed on Halloween.
Yeah.
Like severely overstaffed. And I knew that going in.
Yeah.
Everyone else working there knew that going in. I even believe that the GM knew that going in. But they also have an owner to answer to. So therefore, I won't ever speak for this person. Not because I'm afraid of being fired, but I'm just being honest. I know how it is. But I will say there is something that can be said for someone who is willing to admit, you know what? We need to make some cuts.
Let's cut you. It's
Let's
early.
make some
Let's
cuts.
do it. Go have a great night, baby.
Halloween is just such an establishment buzzword. Like, as soon as they hear the word Halloween, no matter where they are, they could be in the heart of Boys Town or they could be somewhere in Gardena. They hear the word Halloween and they're like, we need extra staffing, we need extra bussers, we need extra servers.
Yeah.
It's Halloween.
But they do realize that West Hollywood was quite literally shut down because everyone was going to be there.
Right.
So no one was going to be in downtown because there was no big actual parties in downtown last night.
Right.
Like if
But
Pershing
that's
Square.
still the restaurant mentality. Like,
Yeah.
as soon as you hear Halloween, like, you just know it's a big business day. It's like thinking about Mother's Day or Father's Day for like
But
brunches and
it's different.
dinners.
It's
But he
different.
said
It's
it.
still that Halloween holiday buzzword
No,
for
but it's
people.
different.
Hold on. He said it. He told it to me, and he said it correctly. It's like people that were in downtown for Halloween were people that were out of town visiting or didn't know that
didn't know
everybody
West Hollywood
goes to West
is
Hollywood.
happening.
Right.
So places still have to open up for and have that extra staff for those people that don't know because they're out of town or whatever the case
But
is.
like, how many people are true? Like, I don't know.
Not
Maybe it's
enough.
because, and I'm gonna like let you keep doing your story, but it's more or less like if you live in downtown and you've been here for even at least one Halloween, even one, you know damn well Halloween, West Hollywood shuts down their streets, and everyone flocks there like fucking sheep. I've been the sheep. I've done it. Will call myself.
I wanted to be a sheep.
I've been
I'll be
the
honest.
sheep. I've done it before. But for this specific night, for yesterday, because it's a Tuesday, and everything happened over the weekend, and even Monday was popping because, like, you know, a lot of people were honestly still off. So it was like Monday was like the poppin' actual party night.
Especially for the service industry.
Service
hell
industry.
yeah, for the
Oh,
service industry.
We
God.
went out. We went
Our
out
whole
Monday.
day was just service industry shit.
It was so
Hanging out
great.
with service industry
Halloween
people
on
was
a
amazing.
Monday or a Tuesday is a dream for our industry.
But it's like Monday we all went out, and then Tuesday it's like everyone's going to West Hollywood. Honestly, unless you're going to like a house party or something like that. Like, what are you doing in downtown?
Right.
What's
Exactly,
happening?
yeah.
There's no parties here. They're all over there. And if you go to a house party, it's probably over there. You know? Sorry, I'm pointing back that way because that's the way.
Well, that is where that
where
is.
Hollywood is.
She's literally pointing in the right direction.
Pointing in the right
For
direction.
those at home who don't know.
But I want you to finish your story because
Yeah.
that's all I wanted to say. It was more or less just like, dude, whoever. I mean, and I know you're doing me
but,
as well.
But you're also adding to my point.
That's West.
You know, it's just
That's West.
I literally have a compass
The
out.
beach is over there.
I have a compass out.
I'm telling you right now,
the
the
freeway's
beach
right
is
there.
over there.
literally the freeways there in Hollywood.
Your compass is dead
You
ass
need to
wrong.
get that compass checked.
Are you sure it's pointing
on the-
north?
This is literally Flower Street.
North is that way. That way is west.
goes that way.
That
West is that
south,
way.
and that is east.
Don't
Oh,
take that.
like
Don't
our
take that in the
video.
woods.
Oh yeah, we were yes,
I
yeah.
finally did what you asked.
I did.
homie.
He
I
finally did.
it.
Also-
It only took me a couple
It
days.
did. It did.
But no, honestly,
Yes.
just so we can wrap everything
Ryan
up.
will figure this out later.
I want everyone figure it out later. I want everyone to also, add their points, and if you have something else to say after I say this, please feel free. The thing is that I do understand where the manager comes into play, where they have to plan ahead. It is a tricky night to plan for because you hear the buzzword of a holiday, a party day. But that is also where you just said it comes into, well, we were busy during the weekend because of course we'd be busy during the week, because during the weekend you can go anywhere. But if you're going to go out on a Tuesday on Halloween and you're going to get dressed up, you're going to go where you know
the
everyone
party's
is.
happening.
You know exactly where the fuck you going.
Yes.
The only people who go to a place that isn't the spot on a day like that are the people who don't know where the fuck to go.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those people do you want to serve that day? And then think about that and then factor that into how you schedule. And that's not even towards them because they did the best they could. Honestly, they even made cuts earlier than I thought they would.
But
So
you didn't get cut?
I was the closer. I was the last one
I
scheduled.
thought you were an opener.
No. The opener got cut. And I was happy that the opener got cut. I was more sad for the opener and the normal closer because me being there meant that they made less money.
But would they swap with you?
No. No, they deserved it. They deserved to leave early. I'm happy that they got to go. It sucks for me, but you win some, you lose some. It is what it is. I don't give a fuck. Once I'm scheduled, there's nothing else I can do about it. Like, I'm not going to come in upset that I'm scheduled because then the majority of the time when I come in when I'm not scheduled, I run into someone or something happens that's just like, man, this is what was worth being here. The things that I was talking about you all about before we went live, that was one of those things that was also further solidified. So there's always a reason to go to work.
Yeah.
I don't mind that because of the job that we do.
Yeah.
It's just, this is one of those times where I want to go to bat for the managers here because it really depends on when are you willing to admit your mistake. Like if you have overscheduled, when are you willing to stop doubling down and say, you know what, I fucked up. I know I fucked up your night a little bit, but let's try to get you out of here at a good enough time where you can do whatever it is you want to do.
Have you ever met a GM?
I was going to say,
Yeah.
have any of
I'm
them ever
literally saying
apologized to
that
you?
that's what my GM did. My GM did that and made it up to other people.
Oh, good for him.
I, as the closer, yeah, it sucks for me.
Yeah, you're fucked.
But it's like, all
could've
right,
come
cool.
visit you. Damn.
But I also have New Year's Eve off.
That's
So that's why I didn't give a fuck. I was like,
Oh wow.
I got
That's
New
my
Year's Eve.
birthday.
I got that shit off 6 months ago, homie.
I have it off too.
Yeah, so we'll figure out what we're doing. But I'm just saying,
Well, you need to get off New Year's Day. That's my actual birthday.
We'll talk about it later. But it's one of those things where, you know, yes, we're always going to make sure that we take care of our servers, our bartenders, our bussers, our food runners, our fucking polishers, whatever. We're going to take care of everybody here. But, you know, we don't always take care of the manager. And this isn't just for that motherfucker. You know, fuck him. I can say that because we're cool like that. He knows what I mean. But on some real
He's
shit,
fucking
like,
dope. I love
there
that guy.
are some good managers out there. Let's not shit on all of the managers.
No,
but
there's
part of what
definitely
makes
great
you a
managers.
good manager is fucking admitting when you make a fucking mistake, bro. Don't hold your people there longer than they should be there. Yeah, I fucked up by scheduling too many people. Let's get rid of a couple of them. Because your other people who are there carrying the load, they're going to be like, yo, now I got something to do.
Yeah.
I don't have this other person who
Yeah.
shouldn't be here.
Right, you account for the actual workload.
Well, also,
Yeah.
when you're busy,
That's what-
time goes faster.
Yeah.
So I'd rather you not be here so I can do some shit. So like time moves.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
if you've got 8 people at the bar and 3 bartenders, that's going to be like nothing.
Yeah.
But if you've got 1 guy and 8 people, that's a regular workload. And that's nice. It actually, like you said,
It
the busy
flows.
time goes through.
They're not
Yeah.
standing there talking to one person forever. And they
Polishing
give
the same
life-
glass for
life-
about 30
life
minutes
story.
straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, I totally agree with you on that. Like that, like there are really like, and I've had some great managers in my life, like so great, and we've all had like our ups and downs where like, you know, we've all hated each other, but we've also like there's always respect. But like on days like that, like yesterday, and the fact that he let people go, which is what they're supposed to do. I'm sorry if it's not picking up. Let someone go, because even if we get slammed, I'd rather get slammed with one other person and we actually make something.
Something.
You
You
know,
just got to make something.
something, you know, other than just being like super bored the whole night, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's my take.
P, you got any
No, I got nothing. I got nothing to add.
opinions?
No, I think you guys said it. I got nothing to add.
Well, then, do you have anything to add? Because I have one last thing to add to that.
About
Do you
labor
have-
costs?
Yeah.
I mean, I've definitely been there when it's just kind of the same stuff you guys have all been voicing. It's definitely the buzzwords of like holidays, but even too with like certain parties, like I used to work in a place that would have like private rentals for the rooftop, or they would have a certain room that was a private rental. And it's like, why do we have 3 servers and 2 bartenders on board when literally maybe 2 servers and 1 bartender could hold all of this? Like, there's no reason for us to be here. And they were so stubborn, they would never admit it, because they'd also be there sitting with the guests. And these were places where I worked where like it was the event and then the management and the ownership would be sitting with whatever party it was. And it's like, okay, now I know why you're doing all this. And it's like, no, you're not paying for anything. I know you're going to steal half of my tips anyways. So I'm already bitter and
Wait,
jaded.
they took your tips?
Oh, hell yeah, they did.
Wait, what?
That's a deeper problem.
It is a much
Did you
deeper
sue it?
problem, but that is not one we can talk about on air.
Yeah, that's a deeper problem.
Legally.
So very much legally for some other reasons too. And it's just, if you know, like, especially if it's a Monday or Tuesday, another big thing too is like, I know it doesn't happen a lot in Los Angeles, but watch the fucking weather forecast.
Oh, especially if you have an outdoor patio.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
Because
yeah.
the places I worked
Absolutely.
at, like, they had their homies install some cheap over covering for the patio. So, like, it would just rain through the entire thing, and I would be scheduled to work. And of course, these fuckers were not communicative at all. So I'd literally be walking into the place I was going to work, and they'd be like, Oh, it's still wet on the patio, even though it's just drizzling after that downpour. So we've closed down the patio. So we don't need you for tonight, or like the rooftop.
And you're already there.
I'm already there.
Yeah, if I'm already there, I'm clocking in. Fuck it.
You should have told me. Like, I'm clocking in. Do you have production that needs to be done? Because I know our fucking bar back doesn't do it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna be here for 4 hours because that bus ride was 2 hours.
Oh no, I'm out. Bye. I'm gonna go get drunk. Can I sit at the bar actually? No.
Nah,
I did a little bit of work, and then I like went next door, and I'm like, Will, over at Mr. Furless. I'm like, Will, you know the fucking shit I just went through. Makers in a scrimshaw. You better have a pool table open. He's like, Will, coming in hot, Ryan. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, Will, but there better be a pool table open. All right, Ryan, you got the first one.
Sorry, I was gonna tag on to him before we end.
Yeah.
So the last place I used to work at, which I think I've said it on another video, was Soho House, and we had the rooftop. So we had the rooftop, we had the 6th floor, which is like the club floor.
DTLA Soho House?
Downtown, yeah. So on the roof, I remember there was a specific day where I almost quit. I almost quit, baby. I almost died. I was about to quit. I was about to fucking walk out this bitch. Whoo! I showed up to work. It's Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco de Drinko?
It's Cinco de Drinko. And they didn't tell anyone that there was a party. So I walked in. They're like, oh yeah, we have a 150-person guest party on the rooftop. And I looked at the floor chart and I said, wait, there's only 2 servers scheduled. So there's the whole pool deck. And then if you can imagine it, in the inside, there's an inside L of like maybe 14 tables. And then there's outside like patio straight that goes, it's 11 through 14. So me and the person I was working with, we looked at each other. We're like, all right, this is what we're going to do. You're going to take inside in the patio. I'm going to take the whole pool deck. Oh, man. I've never wanted to kill myself more. And thank God we had these little handheld thingies. But like, it's a party. People are moving. So I'm out here like taking drink orders. And every time I come into the bar, my like bar director from the whole North America was like, do not put in another drink. Not one. And I was like, you got it. You got it.
Yeah, I've had holds on drink tickets before. Like, I've even told my servers, like, stop walking the floor right now.
It was literally every single time. I'd go outside for 2 seconds, put in 13 drinks, and I'd have to come back in. Jeez. And then I'd get the drinks, and everyone had moved.
Don't you fucking hate that when it's just some musical chairs and just yakety yak is playing in the background?
When I tell you, we had 3 bartenders behind the bar, and my bar manager, my bar manager of the West Coast got behind the bar to help them, like as in a 4-person bar. Honestly, we needed 6, and there was supposed to be a pass cocktail in the beginning.
Fuck that.
Well, they passed on it.
I'm gonna tell you what passed. That alcohol right through my body when people started ordering shots and said, do you want one too? I said, absolutely.
I've done that.
I will order shots for you and your friends. Here's the bill.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? I got off work and I was like, I just ran away. I was like, what? Like I was, at one point I couldn't even go outside because it was just chaos. I was like, well, I can't take any drink orders for anyone.
That's why you have dive bars. Once you get off of work and you're stressed out, you go hide away in that dive bar.
You go on autopilot.
I'm
gonna shamelessly plug. Go to Tony's.
Go to the Tonys.
Go to
the Tonys
in the Arts District.
That's what's up. If you live in LA, and if you don't live in LA, then come out here just to go to Tony's.
Yeah, come say hi. The best dive bar.
I fuck with Tony's. But I don't want them to get so big to where they get their own rules and then we can't get in there.
You gotta put out a video.
Shop between 7 and
I would literally murder.
6:59 a.m. the next day. It's like, wait, I can't have a shot at all.
Oh, you have a reservation? Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I would kill myself.
Oh, about the reservation thing. One of the things that popped in my head when someone was talking about it.
Would you say it's something you have reservations about?
If you don't stop, I need this man to tell this goddamn joke. Ding it. Do it.
Even she said yes.
I didn't want to, but
no, it's just the one part that I got about the reservations, but they worded it wrong is you have people who make reservations and never fucking show up. So if you're gonna make a reservation, show the fuck up.
Wait, but you don't understand how LA works. You make 3 reservations for 4. You make 4 reservations for 4 different fucking restaurants, and then when your friends finally decide what they want, then you just show up to the one that you actually want to go to.
No, not if you have to take your credit card down for that reservation.
If you make a reservation, show the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yes.
This shit is getting ridiculous of people making reservations to however many fucking places and no one shows up. But then you have 20 people sitting outside asking for a seat and you're like, but I got 5 reservations. I got to give them 15 minutes before I can fucking cancel. And it's everyone doing the same fucking thing.
He just doesn't get LA.
No, it's not just LA.
It is not just LA.
I've had this happen in Seattle. I've had that shit happen in Phoenix.
Yeah, just fucking show up.
It's not just LA. The shit needs to fucking stop. Stop making fucking reservations if you're not going to show up. And if you make a reservation to a place and they ask you to put money down, don't get upset about it because they are making you pay because they have too many no call, no shows on a fucking reservation.
They have that rule because someone's done it before.
Well, here's tea about that one, because literally you'll get like Nobu, you'll get Katana, you'll get all these restaurants in Beverly Hills like ATL and all that. You have to put it. I know because I've made the goddamn reservations. You got to put a card down. You have to put a card down.
Yeah.
Card down. My restaurant is about to start doing that, so I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Like, because it's just stupid at this point, and I agree with you. I know it sounded like I wasn't, but I agree with you.
I know.
I fully agree with you because I'm
them.
like, I'm just telling you, like, everyone in LA does this shit, and it's the worst.
Yeah.
It's absolutely mind-boggling, like annoying. Just pick a place.
Yeah.
Pick one place. Make the reservation. If you make that reservation fast and easy, good.
Yeah, think about how many people get turned away because a place says we have a 45-minute wait time, and then you see empty tables that have already been cleaned. Let's be real. But then it's like, oh, well, we go over here, and like we said earlier, you go to another spot, you order a drink, and then you find out, oh, we can come in now. It's because someone made a reservation, and now we've hit the window where 4 reservations drop off because it's been that 15-minute wait time that no one showed up. And that's why you end up getting called to a place earlier than the quoted wait time.
Don't get mad about the tables being cleaned. When you walk into a restaurant and you see tables that are empty, they've been allocated for another party.
Right.
Calm down, everybody, because I swear everyone who comes into my restaurant is literally like flipping over their goddamn panties. Dude, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay.
Absolutely.
The tables are allocated for other parties. I'm so sorry that you see empty tables and you think that restaurant's empty. It's not.
It's those reservations that are already 20 minutes fucking late.
Well, not 20 minutes late. It's just allocated. It doesn't even matter. It goes allocated.
It comes on both sides.
Circle.
It's on both sides. It's on both sides. But again, we have a lot of listeners who are not service industry and have never worked service industry. And the thing is these are one of the things that you don't realize that you may be contributing to the problem by making these reservations and not showing up.
Yeah.
If you're not going to show up, just fucking call. The same way that you called to make the reservation, call to cancel it. If you have an app that makes you make the reservation,
open table,
do that too.
Cancel it, baby.
Do that too, please. Just if you're not going to be somewhere, say you're not going to be somewhere, make it easier on the staff so that we can make it easier on the people who are already there and sleeping in their fucking cars.
Yeah. Oh,
Seriously.
sleeping in their cars.
Napping in the cars.
Well, taking a nap in your car is actually on the list of rules you're allowed to do.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Remember, this is supposed to be fun.
Wait. Just make sure you can't have tables of 6 or more on a day that ends in
5.
Yeah.
4. It is 4.
Unless you spend $75.
Then it's 18% gratuity.
On a Tuesday before 5 p.m.
But it's 18% gratuity added to that check, mind you. So don't tip because 18% is already added. But just remember, guys, it's supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be fun. I think I said, is this supposed to be? This is supposed to be fun.
Also, too, sometimes after going through all of those rules, and like my experience is ruined by having to do all those rules, and like my bill is like $250. I'm like, what? Yeah.
Remember, guys, this is supposed to be fun.
This is supposed to be fun, but also, just leave you with this: learn how to speak fluent manager. if you work in the service industry. Because the Karens speak fluent manager.
Oh, God.
If you work for a manager, you need to speak fluent manager.
Learn it.
Because that's the only way I could say fuck you to my manager on YouTube is because he knows exactly what the fuck I'm saying. I'm not saying fuck you to him.
I'm not saying fuck you to any managers.
But I'm saying like know how to talk to the person that you are reporting to. Learn their personality. Learn what makes them tick. Learn what they will agree to, what they won't agree to. Instead of being upset that they make these decisions, understand why they make those decisions. Speak fluent manager.
Oh, I love it.
I had one of my coworkers, Philip, like he said yesterday, he's like, for someone who refuses to be a manager, like you do so many manager things.
Oh hell yeah, you do.
This and that. And I was like,
many times.
yeah, and I was like, yeah, because I speak fluent manager. I'm always thinking about what is the manager looking at, and how can I eliminate that so that they're not looking at me. So therefore, they don't see all the shit I'm doing I'm not supposed to do.
Why would you just out yourself online like this?
No, because the thing I say that I'm not supposed to do, I'm saying, oh, if I don't watch how I talk with a guest, where if I use certain words, like I'm not supposed to be cursing in front of guests, but he's not paying attention. She's not paying attention because it's like they understand if they hear me cursing with a guest, they understand that I'm cursing with the guest, not cursing at the guest. So that's what I'm saying. Just speak fluent manager. It'll get you far. Trust me.
So for all our guests out there, basically however you word an email to your bosses where you are politely telling them to fuck off and stay in their lane, use that same verbiage when you go out to a restaurant. It's as simple as that.
Go.
Cheers, darlings. To
Cheers.
an end. To a good end.
To the verbiage.
To the good end. To the village.
Bye, everybody.
I gotta pee so bad.
Can someone turn off the camera?